Evening. You have come here for brains, and we will give you many brains, which, as we have found out, is kind of the thing that Kennedy High School has done, is to bring everyone up to par from the first episode since it's been a couple weeks. Everyone, please introduce yourself, and then what you can remember, and I will fill in the gaps, as it were. I will let Isabits go first since I know you're incredibly angry about things that happened in episode one with your sheet music and the Les Mis war and everything. So, Isabits, if you please introduce yourself
Okay.
and your brains.
I am Isabits. I play Roxie Devane here on Summer School. You can catch me. I have to get the days right because I'm recording some things and then streaming them on other days, and it gets very mixed up. I'm here every Wednesday for Power Rangers, whether it be on the YouTube or on the Twitch. I am the Red Ranger in the podcast, or I am the Blue Ranger in Power Rangers Centurion. Every other Thursday, so this coming Thursday will be I'll be live streaming our pre-recorded Being Villainous. It'll be episode 2. Where I am Beatrix Dupree, the shape changing assassin who isn't actually the assassin really anymore. She's more of just like the honeypot expert, because everybody keeps using her because she can shape change. So she can shape
You could
change
still be
and
an
like lure people away.
you could do
Yeah,
an assassin murder monster thing.
I could, but I
Or
set them
version
up,
of
and
that
then the rest of the
combat.
team. I set them up for Lottie, and then Lottie does the murder. So it kind of works out.
Understandable.
I ran
What
Call of
what
Cthulhu.
one is that?
Being villainous.
Being villainous.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yes.
we're
I
using
need to
the
catch
fate
that.
system. Yeah, no,
Yes.
it's been a lot of fun. We've done so we were in the second town
Hmm.
now. The second session that's gonna stream on Thursday. We face off with our first hero. Um, but no, we've done lots of. We started a magical plague in one of the towns. Lottie and I did a murder within the first like hour of the first session. Not even like anybody in particular. We were just like, hey, she's pretty. We should murder her. And we did. It's just kind of a thing. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
That doesn't terrify me for Call of Cthulhu on the 25th at all, by the way.
Yeah, no, it was pretty evil. Um, I think right now every other Tuesday, but our schedule keeps changing. I'm over on Lucas G Variety playing the Fallout RPG,
Oh,
where
nice.
I am Quinn the mercenary, and I am very very annoyed. We now have 2 Vault Hunters in the group, and they are super irritating. I keep trying to get the rest of the group to leave them behind, but nobody listens to me. Um,
Yeah.
I think that's it. I don't actually remember, but I think that's it.
Okay. Yeah,
Oh,
I look forward to being murdered by you in Call of Cthulhu on the 25th, which will be our Sunday Call of Cthulhu game. So,
Oh right, I do. I ran Call of Cthulhu too. I don't know if I mentioned that. The finale is the 25th of this month.
Hmm.
The
gonna
finale,
be
the chapter
murdered.
one. It's gonna be great, and I'm super excited.
Gonna be great.
Everybody's gonna hate me. It's gonna be wonderful. As for what I
Yeah, I'm pretty
remember,
sure we're all already dead.
I mean, you don't know. I mean, things. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm not gonna say anything. We'll just see what happens. I remember everybody destroying school property and ripping up scripts, which is just
Hmm.
I don't even have words for that.
This is
I'm
accurate.
so upset
Mhm.
about that. Um, and then
Not
there
from
was
that
like
one.
the Les Mis TikTok thing that the guy kept singing, and it was horrible. Thankfully, he's gone now because he's a zombie, so we don't have to listen to that anymore. Um,
Actually, you don't know if Joey was a zombie or not unless you're going to go back to the choir room where the other kids have collapsed and died. You don't know if they've turned into zombies or not. All you know is you woke up and the other people in the room
this
at
is fair,
all.
but they're not here, so I'm just going to assume that they're not coming back.
It's
Um,
true. Please
but yeah,
take your adversity token in the episode for that. Also, your parents are super mad at you because it was like an 8 hour time lapse from when you went unconscious to when
yeah,
you woke up.
yeah.
So
I wanted to go
parents are
home.
super mad at
Yeah, I
you.
wanted to go home because I'm going to be grounded. I'm not going to be allowed to try out for any of the plays or the musicals. I'm going to be in so much trouble, and everybody destroyed school property, and I am just not
Bad
having
day.
a good day. It is a bad day.
It's
a bad
just as
day.
bad as Jules stealing from the Historical Society on Power Rangers Centurion.
She borrowed.
You stole it.
She stole it.
Roadkill, are
Yes.
your parents missing you from this hour period of time that you still don't know
Probably.
what happened?
I don't know how much I
after the
care.
noise? Okay.
It's they always put forth rules that are always pointless and easily broken. So, besides, I think it's something that Isabeth's character here could learn. You don't have to stick with society's guidelines for everything. I have to worry about that.
Normal is a setting on a washing
Way
machine.
too much work. All right, make your own rules.
It's
Anyways.
way too chaotic for me.
So, on the chaotic note, I guess, I am Andrew, or Roadkill in various circles, of course. I am currently still in the Monday group that normally does Dresden on Mondays, but for a while now we've been doing a Call of Cthulhu game that I'm running called Echoes of the OSS, which is amazing, and everybody should go watch it. I'm not biased or anything on that opinion, of course.
I just put up a
It's
very
on
funny
YouTube.
reel today from it, so I'm very excited.
Yes, and it's on
about
YouTube.
people watching that. Yes.
Yes, which is actually I've been watching it because I've been catching up on what I've already done. But other than that, that's pretty much what I'm in right now. As Isabeth's mentioned, coming the 25th, we have the finale for her Call of Cthulhu game, which I get to play a kind of parapsychologist college student that's probably going to die a horrible, horrible death.
I will say, Quincy's spirit, your character from the podcast, apparently lives on because they've decided in Centurion Ridge that your name is not Quentin but Quincy.
But
Because
Quincy
they didn't hear it correctly.
Yep.
So you are now Quincy.
Yeah. The legend is growing beyond what I was able to get, apparently. Yeah.
Fabulous. Looking forward to it. Yeah.
But yeah, that's me. I am currently in this game playing Wyatt O'Connor, a very chaotic, apparently, rule-breaking kid who really only breaks rules because he sees them as pointless and stupid. Most of them are hypocritical or don't make sense, so why follow them anyways?
For your adversity token for just being in the game, what can you remember from the last time you were here, if anything? Because I know you have kids. So I know like your dad brain is like a real thing in real life.
I, of course, ended up in summer school detention, essentially, for apparently not returning a library book, which, whatever, they have plenty of them. They don't need it back. And besides, nobody else reads these books anyways.
Isabeth's face is amazing.
But of course, I got there and then I got apparently roped into having to go into the choir room because that's where they were having detention, which is... I'm already annoyed I have to go to school in general. You don't have to shove me in the choir room too. But they had donuts, which were tasty, I guess. We all passed out to some sort of weird noise, which maybe it was everybody singing. I don't remember at this point. I'm doing this just for Isabeth's reaction.
You are going to get punched by Roxie so hard. So much punching. There is a mechanic for fight between characters. I want you to fight each other.
I feel like she's just going to get me back in the Call of Cthulhu game and just ruin any possible plans my character has.
Just don't mind me. Just take
she's writing note, right? Anyways, no, there was this odd sound that came over the PA system that caused us all to have really bad migraines and pass out. When we came to... some of us woke up, others were dead in the room, and then everybody outside of the choir space, probably due to some of the sound dampening of the choir space, protected some of us because everybody else is zombies now, apparently. It's been about an 8-hour gap. We then, she is correct, and we started destroying school property because none of it matters. So we ripped up scripts and everything like that to wrap give ourselves bracers and makeshift armor. I was very good at knocking out a window, and then realizing, wait, this is not a good path to go. I wish I did this so I could seal this back up again, but I can't. And we eventually just tried to fight our way through the front door, out into the hallway, made our way, after a little bit of arguing about which direction to go, to the admin space, which I was hoping to get some more supplies, but apparently we barely got anything. We got a couple things,
Yeah, they
but
fired the
don't got
nerf last
anything.
week, so there just wasn't really
Yeah.
much for you to raid.
There's this weird key card system and some added security and weird stuff going on, but there's something with a board that it's missing a part and it needs to have that again to get activated again, I think. After that, we tried to go on to the locker room. Is that where we were headed? I can't remember.
Oh, I
Locker room or
will
somewhere for the science
explain.
thing to try to get some other supplies. And on the way there, these, what I remember being robotic tentacles, reached out of the darkness, grabbed me, and just pulled me into nothingness. And that was the last thing
And
I remember.
famously, your last words as you were carted into the darkness
Yes,
were, "This is
this
bullshit."
is bullshit.
This is bullshit. Truly, please take an adversity token for this is bullshit. Rezin, does your character believe this is all bullshit?
This is some sort of psychosis dream that we are all sharing. And Mathew Craig, who I play, believes that this is all beyond his knowledge of science, and he cannot quantify this new reality that they're currently living in. Hi, I play Mathew Craig. I'm Rezin, the owlbear here on Twitch, where I stream occasionally when my body lets me. You can also find me over at the Delegation of Dreamers. We're playing some 5th edition. I play the wizard Ig, who is a goblin wizard. And then you can also find me here on the Shadow of Nox on Tuesdays. We should be starting back up some Shadowrun, I assume, maybe. And where I play Jolie, a drag queen troll.
Fabulous. For an adversity token, is there anything specific to you that you remember that Mathew went through in the first episode, besides having to witness the TikTok Les Mis battle that set Roxie on edge and doomed prima donna Joey's character to a premature death for their sin of not having actually seen Les Mis?
There was a lot of actual, cries of angry men being murmured behind the terrible rendition of Les Mis that someone was performing. They're not important enough. My good friend Tammy, on the other hand, is currently a zombs, and we've outside of what we've already shared. Remember, we were leaving the office. I think we were trying to head to like the cafeteria.
Yeah, that's what it was.
We're trying to head to the cafeteria to get in that elevator to get upstairs, because I think that's where all the stuff is. And the zombies outside, we had to fight those back. We got down the hallway, and then you got yanked away from us.
Yeah.
Down the hall. Some sort of tentacly arm thing that I didn't get to see, because Mathew didn't see that. He just realized that you were gone and was like, holy shit, where'd he go? Where's Wyatt?
You do hear "This is bullshit" echoing down the hallway.
This is bullshit.
And you are right. It is, yes, tentacles came out of the darkness and they wrapped around your legs, specifically Wyatt, and they pulled you in. They like knocked you over and like pulled you into the darkness via the floor, as if to add insult to injury. And that is where we're going to start episode 2. Gavin is still working on keeping the choir teacher at bay, so they will follow but be back a pace. The person playing Gavin was unavailable this evening, so Joe, we will do you great honor, but also you must pay. In any case, Roxie and Mathew, you have just watched a tentacle come out of the darkness, literal darkness, in the breezeway between the two buildings that is locked down. The reason you can't exit the school is because there are apparently metal shutters that were installed at some point. And so now the nightmare of you are literally stuck in high school forever is apparently the world in which you live. And also there are zombies. So
yeah, they can apparently spend money on very high-tech, very protective metal shutters, but they can't, put in a couple extra funds for good food at the cafeteria.
Quote Principal Lee, the bomb-sniffing dogs have to eat, Daria. Or whoever she said that to. Are either of you interested in going after Mathew, or are you just like, or going after Wyatt? Or are you just like, up to you?
I mean, Gavin has the tam zombs under control at the moment. I guess.
And to be fair, I don't think Wyatt necessarily made friends. So in the brief time he was there, so I won't hold it against any of you. He was like, maybe it's better.
And he didn't help me during choir to move set stages that we were building. So
this is true. This is very true.
Mathew's not gonna go after you. He's just gonna be like, well, that's new.
Well, that's a lost cause.
Okay. Roxie,
Yes.
do you want to help Wyatt, or have you just decided to write Wyatt off completely? Bearing in mind the other option is potentially Joey is now a Les Mis zombie and will be waking up from the choir room at any moment to sing zombie Les Mis at you.
So, she's gonna go after him, if only because if he dies, if he gets eaten or if something happens to him, he can't pay for the destruction that he's done to school property. And
yes.
she is looking forward to turning him in. So, she is going to go after him to make sure that he lives through this so that he can get detention again for destroying school property.
So what I'll learn is if I destroy property, someone helps me survive. Okay.
If that's the way you want to look at it, sure. She's looking at it like, he needs to pay for what he's done, but maybe not by death. He just needs more detention.
So
saving out of spite. I like it.
I love that. So for you, Roxie, if you look on the Roll20, you actually have a blueprint. It's called Floor 2, but it's really just the other half of the school, Floor 1 and Floor 2. You're still on Floor 1.
Okay.
So, like, you'll have to go up some stairs to get to the boys' locker room and the overhang where the weightlifting stuff is. And so the big cafeteria with the false ceiling is on the first floor. The so-called Makeout lockers are on the first and second floor, and then the girls' locker room is on the first floor for some reason in this opposite side of the building. The more important thing is as you pass the shadow in the breezeway, going into the second half of the school, realizing it's just as locked down, so there's actually no chance of getting out this way potentially. Wyatt is like the arm has stopped, the tentacle arm has stopped dragging you, but is currently trying to get into your backpack. So Wyatt, it like stopped dragging you at a certain point, close to the lockers, so you're not in the breezeway anymore. But now it's like slithering around, and it's trying to like get into your backpack while also just kind of being wrapped around you. But you are beginning to realize.
But it's focused on trying to get to the backpack.
Yeah, it's not about you, it's about your backpack, apparently. It's becoming clear that it could kill you, but it seems to be looking for something in your backpack.
What else did you steal?
What didn't I steal? Can I get inside my backpack myself? Can I try to like shimmy and rotate it off of myself or something?
Give
Get at it?
me, uh, give me a either give me a grit or a flight, whichever is higher. Flight in this case is also like a dodge roll action, so it's
Right.
not just leaving a scene; it's also dodging. So it's going to
Okay.
be flight or grit because they're
I'm gonna
also
do a
chasing a
flight
giant slithering tentacle.
roll. Um,
Also, this is a snap battle, so you can't help Roxy, but you can enter the seed and witness the thing that's happening.
Where
I don't
exactly
think
are
I
they? Did you say? Are they in the boys' locker room or no?
No, just on the other side of the breezeway,
Well,
so the
Gotcha.
locker
for
room you don't
flight.
have to enter into.
Okay.
Yeah, you're just on the other side of the breezeway.
Oh, that's good because I can't go in the boys'
Yeah,
locker room.
12
That's
for
against
flight
the
to
rules.
try to shimmy around to get my backpack more on the front so I can actually access it.
You can go into the boys' locker room. There are only zombies in there. I'm sure it's fine.
No, I'm a girl. I can't
So
go in the boys' locker room. It's not allowed.
anyways, so your flight of 12, the dodge, you are actually able to like zip it open
Oh, she's
halfway and
so
get your
lawful.
hand
This
in
is great.
there. Yeah. So what are you attempting to do now that you are
Oh,
have a
apparently wants
slithering?
that something in my backpack, so fine. It can have the library books back. Whatever. Take them. Like, I'll just take them out and just be like, fine.
Cool.
Not going to pay the fee,
What
though.
library books? What library books did you have stolen?
Um, let's see. There's probably two. One was probably like a theoretical physics one. Um, Another was probably a copy of Les Mis.
I'm also going to say you have a copy of Infinite Jest in your bag because you seem like the type of kid that would read Infinite Jest and try
I
to
haven't heard of
understand it.
that one, so yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure.
Like me as a player,
Um,
I'm not sure what that one was.
yes. It's David Foster Wallace's Tome to Insanity in Tennis. Like Challengers, but
Oh,
without the
nice.
bisexuality.
Okay.
Roxy, please give me a flight roll.
Of course.
But yeah, I'm
Flight.
pulling
Not
them out,
fight,
and I'm just
right?
gonna chuck them
Flight
at
with an
this
L. Yes.
metal tentacle and mix the two words.
Road
And just
Killer
be like,
hates
fine, I
me.
already read them completely.
I got a
Yes.
3.
So, Roxy,
Yeah.
you are hit with a literal copy of Les Mis as it bounces off of the tentacle.
Ow!
It's a soft cover copy of Les Mis, so it doesn't do any damage, but like, boom,
Yeah,
right in the
all of
face.
these are soft covers. This school is way too cheap to have the hard covers.
I didn't even want to do Les Mis. Stupid book.
Roxy?
What?
Do I still have a tentacle here? What happened to the tentacles? Is that still there?
No, you are still encased in. There is still a tentacle,
Okay.
but in flinging the books, one of them hit Roxy because you got a 3 for
Help?
dodge action.
Okay.
As I'm trying to get out of this tentacle.
Yeah, I'll go over
Yes.
and help him.
I'm trying to still keep the backpack and the rest of the stuff in the backpack, but
That's fine. Please give me a. What would you like to? How would you like to help, Roxy?
I'm guessing nagging is probably not
nagging.
probably not the best help. Or lecturing.
Right.
Do you want to give me a brains roll?
Just shout
Give me a
advice.
brains
Be
roll.
like, no, wiggle this way.
Right. Okay, so refresh my memory. What is grit? That's like
Grit
street
is
smarts,
like
right?
Willpower.
willpower is. It's kind
Yeah.
of like nothing can gross you out because you've seen the under.
Mhm.
It's the Batman
Mhm.
rule. It's nothing can hurt
Yeah.
you because you've seen the sins
Yeah.
of the world. No, it's
Gotcha.
The stoicism
It's the
skill,
Rorschach
essentially.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Rorschach from Watchmen. It's his.
Yeah.
Be a great character for this game, actually.
Yeah,
It'd
I
be
think I
all
want to do brains to see if I can like figure
Mhm.
out the best way to get him out of this.
Yeah. cool beans. Please go
7.
ahead and give me that. 7.
Yeah.
Uh,
7.
So you don't know how to get him out of it, but the tentacle is still going after his
A backpack.
backpack.
Just
So
throw the backpack.
books weren't the thing.
Just drop the backpack. That's what it wants. It'll let you go, theoretically.
Theoretically.
Theoretically, I don't know. I've never this is a
Neither
first
do
for
I.
me.
I mean, it's a good theory, but it's a working theory, and besides, I feel like it's more the point of the thing. I don't think I
As
should
you're
let it
saying
have
that,
what
you're
it
getting
wants.
squeezed. It's like a Python thing too. As you're saying that,
Right,
your voice is
right.
getting a little more strangled.
Right, I'm trying to breathe and be like,
You're gonna get squeezed to death either way. What could it hurt to throw the backpack away from me? I don't want to get hit again.
Actually, yeah, I could throw it away. I'm gonna throw it in the opposite direction of where the tentacles are.
That's not me, right? Is that me? That's
That
probably
is
me.
that is not you. That is not you. I was only.
But I'm
going
assuming
over
that'd be like a brawn roll to try to do it, right? See how
no,
far I can get it.
brawn is defense. So if you want to do that, give me. I'll say that is a. What do I have for? Give that to me as a flight roll. I'll call that like a dodge. A flight.
To throw the backpack in the opposite direction of the
Yeah.
tentacle, so it did. Yeah. So it doesn't get what it's after. Doesn't deserve it.
We'll see.
Yeah.
By the
Right.
way, Mathew, please give me a fight roll. By the way, as you are assisting in the other.
A
in the other
19
place.
flight roll.
19.
Roll
Great.
20
You
hit
toss the
me.
backpack. You toss the backpack, and the tentacle does unwind from you, and it goes slithering after your backpack. And as if to add insult to injury, it coils around the backpack, turns it upside down, shakes it so everything falls out.
Oh, the
including,
donuts!
Including there's also a little package of Teddy Grahams that was in the bottom of it that falls out.
I forgot about
and now
that
it's all
package of
smushed.
Teddy Grahams. I stole that from a vending machine.
But when you notice what it grabs, that nurse's key to the old nurse's office that you had with you, it takes the key and then it slithers. It slithers.
You wanted that?
Into the wall or the ceiling?
The nurse didn't even have a door.
Are you yelling at the tentacle? The tentacle.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yelling at nothing.
And I'm gonna like yelling at where the tentacle went.
And, grab him by the arm. Can we just go, please?
Yeah, I'm gonna go back towards my backpack and just try to scoop stuff back into it and throw it over my shoulder.
I got a 10.
So, yes. Okay.
Hey, wanted the key? I'll just make another key. I just have to find the original. Gee.
All right. Give me a second.
Real easy. That's why I have the gum.
I don't even want to know.
Really?
Sure.
You just make a mold out of the gum and you can make a copy of a key.
That sounds very illegal, and I can't listen to that.
Oh, it is very illegal. I could explain it to you completely if you want. I mean, I'll probably need some super glue, maybe some baking soda or something. You know, gotta have something to make the key out of. But...
So, as you are discussing this,
and like I'm trying to move and keep up with her, and I'm pretty sure she's not even waiting up.
Oh, I'm still like dragging you behind me.
Yeah.
Dragging me. All right.
There are a set of stairs that go to the right and go up to the second floor. So on the second floor, there's a whole bunch of what are called Makeout lockers, because it's where all the upperclassmen have their lockers. So it's like Makeout Central, especially around Sadie Hawkins' Valentine's
And
time.
this is where you're dragging me to?
No, well,
I mean,
maybe. I don't know.
that
Roxie, is that where...
Neither do I. I don't care what the other kids call anything in here.
No.
But I'm just a little confused, that's all.
More to the point, it's not that you're necessarily being dragged there, it's that because the emergency power is not necessarily used to being on this long, the lights are starting to flicker, but there is green light that you can see up from the Makeout locker section, which is disconcerting because anyone that has had science class knows that that's where the science wing of the building is. Speaking of which, Mathew, thank you for your roll. If you continue, I will continue to make you roll. And so that's really up to you. Gavin is doing fine. They call him Grizzly. He's like quoting Casey Jones from TMNT. So it's really up to you how much you want to continue in this vein. You are eventually going to have to stab your friend Tam Tams with like a pair of scissors or something.
Is this where we're
Yeah.
headed?
Really up to you.
By the way,
Have
towards
that
them?
chair leg.
I was just pulling you away. I don't know where we were headed.
Okay, so no plan. Got it.
I really
plan.
don't
Awesome.
want
I like it.
to kill them in case it's reversible. Don't want to have to explain that to her mom. All right, I guess the intuitive of my brain realizes that he's got this, and I should go see what's going on.
Yes. And so I will have you rejoin the group. Grizzly actually does say, "I've got this. I was made for this. I was born for this."
Right.
Which seems a little
We'll be
hubris,
back.
but it's fine. Yes. He promises to join when he has finished dealing with the choir teacher. As you come across the breezeway, which by the way there is a portion where there is no light, so it is very creepy. You catch up with the rest of the group and you notice that green light, and you know what that green light is. That green light is the LED light that Dr. Marsden Vendergast, the science teacher, has. So you know that his door is open. You don't know if that means if he was necessarily in the building or not, but that is something to consider.
Science. Oh, that's right. We talked about going to the science room and possibly making more glow sticks. Because we got a bunch of glow sticks, didn't we? Or am I thinking of something else?
I thought you said post-its
for
at
right-
first,
for
and I
right
was
now.
like, why were we going to make post-its
Glow.
again?
Glow
Sorry.
sticks. We can use the
Glow?
chemicals in the science room to make glow sticks.
Mhm.
Romy and Michelle made the first post-it notes. I learned that from
Yes.
If I was my bad girl, Roxie, my thought would be, or we could try to make explosives from the chemicals. But I'm good girl Roxie, and I'm not thinking about explosives.
Alternatively,
Good girl Roxie is
Alternatively, we
still
could
thinking
also
about
make
explosives.
Absolutely, yeah.
actually, I think there's some chemicals in there for elephant toothpaste if we have enough.
So did we?
And or slow?
The three of us are caught up to each other now.
The
Is that what
three
you
of
said?
you are cut up now. You all see
Okay.
the green light. So
Heading
one
to the
direction you have
chemistry area.
green light.
Okay.
So here's the layout just so you have an
Mhm.
idea of your options. The first option is to just keep going. You'll have to turn eventually, but you can theoretically see what's going on in the main cafeteria. Bearing in mind you don't know who's there and what's set up. So anything could be in that room. And the doors are closed, so you have no idea. You have the wing going up to the science, which is kind of to your right. Straight ahead, you have stairs that are going to go up to the boys' locker room, where you know Grizzly wants to go. Unfortunately, as you move closer to them while you're talking, you can actually hear activity from behind them that sounds like someone growling. So there is a known quantity of very likely aggro zombies that may be former maybe athletes at that point.
Yeah. I don't want to.
So
No.
there's zombies and possibly athletes foot if you go up the stairs to the boys' locker room.
That green light is the science.
Yeah, I didn't really like the boys' locker room to begin with in general, but I tried to stay away from all the athletes.
I can't go in there. We can't go. I can't go in the boys' locker room.
Okay. Answer me. Can you walk through a door
I mean,
into another room?
But
So you can physically go in there.
Physically, yes, but that doesn't mean I should.
Mhm. I don't think
What are you
any of us
going to
should.
see? Zombies?
To be fair.
I mean, at this point, it's
Big
just
zombies.
zombies.
Yeah, like I agree. I don't think any of us should.
Yeah, 'cause,
I don't
mean,
see a reason to go through there right now.
On top of that, the boys' locker room is gross and it smells bad.
Yes,
And I don't think
I
it
will
was-
I
agree.
agree with that one. Yeah.
Please take an adversity point for recognizing how gross boys are. I love boys and they're super gross.
Yeah.
So gross.
I am one. And they're
Everything for
horrible.
some reason. Everything for some reason smells like mildew, even right after they've cleaned it. I don't know why. But yeah.
Sour
that's interesting.
cheese? Like
Sour cheese. Everything smells like It smells like
I
someone
guess we
needs-
could just go in the girls' locker room. That probably is a lot better, right?
Oh, that's
The girls' locker room
worse?
is on
What?
the other side. The girls' locker room is on the other side of the cafeteria,
Way
so you will
worse.
have to go into the cafeteria.
I
Okay.
can't
If
take
you
you
do
into
that.
the girls' locker room.
Oh,
But yes,
jeez.
no, it smells better. It smells way better. It is
Okay,
way
well
nicer.
it smells like
Somebody
a fruit
bought
bomb went
Febreze
off.
for the girls. The girls' locker room has like a Bath and Body Works candle section and like Febreze.
Yeah, no, it's
So it
nice in
doesn't
there.
smell
There's
like
like a little
mildew.
couch. It's
Yeah.
very comfortable.
Wait, if they have candles, that's a light source. That might be useful, actually.
But it's back downstairs, right? Or
Yeah,
have we gone?
it's on the first floor. You'll have to go through the cafeteria to get there. That's the unknown.
Yeah, I was-
Right,
part.
right. Either way, it's a bad idea.
I mean,
Locker rooms are not good
Let's
right now. Anyway.
What about? I mean,
Uh,
the
the
science.
chem lab,
rooms?
weren't we doing
yeah,
that?
I think that's a good
Yeah.
idea. We might be able to find good stuff in there.
we
Yeah.
might be able to find things
Yeah, maybe
that
we can make
use
something
to
that'll
make a thing.
explode or burn or I don't know.
Conversely, you could
Be
also
like
break
Bugs
bad
Bunny and make up a
because there are now
milkshake.
zombies.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You could totally break bad, probably. Who knows?
I
But
get more Wile E.
so
Coyote vibes from us, if I'm being completely honest.
Right? Yeah.
so
Yeah,
you've
I
chosen
agree.
to ascend to the science wing and the makeout lockers. That is what I understand you have
Yep.
decided to do. That is the journey
Either
that
way,
you are
there's
going
chemistry.
to take.
Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Ha!
So
That's
I
my
need
dad humor
everybody.
coming out.
Actually,
Oh no.
Matthew, I need you to give me a grit roll. And I need Roxie and Wyatt to give me flight rolls. Not
Flight.
fight, but flight.
Right.
So, Rezin, please give me a grit roll. And then
8.
an 8. Cool.
Ooh, I do not like that flight roll.
Yeah, it's not good for you.
Oh,
No, it isn't.
Oh no.
My small little
Yeah.
legs are not carrying me that far right now.
It's true. Also, you were just like
You were just squeezed.
giant
Yeah,
metallic snake arm squeezed you. So,
Mm-hmm.
Roxie has that flight roll.
I got another 3. I'm doing great, guys.
Cool. Do you wanna roll like physical dice? I'm not saying you can
Yes.
do anything you want, but
I would
you
like
are
that if
totally
you don't
welcome
mind.
to roll
Let
physical
me-
dice. I don't
uh,
mind.
Yeah,
Uh,
let me get
I think you
situated.
should. I would let you spend an adversity or creativity token potentially to re-roll, just because it's probably a good idea for at least one of you to survive. I think that's about to happen.
Okay.
Well, can I spend a token for treasure hunter? Try to see if I see something very opportunely useful.
Uh,
Is that how that works?
you can. Yes.
Okay.
So you can. I will let you know in spending that point. You have not gotten there yet. You are at the makeout lockers, so you could potentially. The reason you have not gotten to the room yet is because the closer you get to the green light, Matthew, you remember the science fair?
Yeah. I
Your
remember the science fair.
friend Victoria
Mhm.
is going to take you to Sadie
Yeah.
Hawkins' dance.
Yeah, she
So,
is.
would you like to guess who was in the building when the noise went off, and who was
Oh,
near the
no.
science wing, and who was now a zombie? Would you like to guess,
Why?
Matthew?
Is it Victoria?
It's Victoria
Uh,
in a leather jacket with like jeans on, looking super awesome, but also a zombie. And
God damn it.
so there's a further complication with that, which Wyatt, which you don't
Oh?
get because you are very concentrated on seeing Victoria in this zombie-like nature. And Roxie and Wyatt, this is a real problem for you, because Roxie, are you spending your adversity token to reroll? And let me know what your new score is, and then I will explain.
Okay, so I just rolled the dice number, right? I don't have to. Is it that like what I have in there plus
Yeah, just-
something or?
No plus. Only
Okay.
plus is if you're spending an adversity token, essentially.
Okay, then I got a 6. I don't know if that's good.
Cool. Yeah, it's not good.
I
So
have a D6 in it though.
No, that's good because you got the highest roll, but you still have to hit the difficulty. So if it does, actually, no, wait, you got a 6, which is your highest,
Right.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So roll it again because it explodes if it hits the highest.
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
It
okay.
explodes at the high number.
Um,
So
Yeah.
it can keep exploding as long as you hit your highest on it, and then
I
just
got a
add.
5. So what?
11?
Okay, so you got an 11.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
got an 11.
Nice.
You're good, Roxie. You're fine.
Okay.
Wyatt,
okay.
you're not fine.
Right.
Do I need to
Because
save you
as
again?
you
Should
are,
I
I'm tired of
spend to
saving you.
re-roll, or or is
Um,
treasure hunter going to be a good thing? Right.
treasure hunter will be helpful.
Okay.
Well, it will be if you survive this. So, Wyatt,
Yeah.
have you ever gone to like a thing where you got to see like a Venus flytrap up close, or did you ever see like the 1995 Jumanji movie?
I mean, I probably no, probably didn't see the Jumanji movie.
With Robin Williams?
Okay,
Come on.
yeah, classic Roberts. But
Probably.
in any case, you know what a Venus flytrap looks
Oh yeah,
like, right?
yeah, I know what a Venus flytrap is. Yeah.
So imagine an irradiated Venus flytrap that is now chomped down on your arm. And Mathew, as you see your friend Victoria, who is holding an irradiated Venus flytrap, and it is like merged with her arms. And Roxie, you were not hit by an irradiated Venus flytrap,
Yes.
but there is like a squelching sound as like the one next to you hits the floor, and it just, even though it doesn't have eyeballs, you can tell it's kind of looking up at you, and its like mouth is open. So, welcome to the science wing of Kennedy High School.
Is it too late to go someplace else? I don't like this.
Right. I didn't plan on
I
going to
wanted to
Little
go
Shop
to
of
the
Horrors today,
cafeteria.
so
I wanted to go to the cafeteria. He's gonna swing at Victoria at the arm / Venus flytrap thing to get it off Wyatt.
Yeah, okay. Give me a. Oh, are you streaming? Are you swinging at the one at Wyatt? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. Give me that fight roll.
Hmm.
Ooh, that didn't go good for me.
Do I still have the mannequin leg from
5?
earlier that I was using as a club?
I'll say you picked that up after you were
Okay.
no longer dealing with that. So yeah, so that 5, it hasn't been on long enough to get a really good grip because they take a long time
Mm-hmm.
to get a grip.
God. Yeah.
So you have like, Wyatt, you have like scrapes,
Mm-hmm.
but Mathew helps you get the thing off of your arm.
Oh, okay.
But then Mathew, you are then kind of holding it. And it is now looking at your arm like you are a tasty, tasty treat. So
Can I offer it the mannequin leg instead?
you can. It doesn't know the
To
difference.
chomp down
so
on that, and hopefully we can toss this thing aside.
Where would you like to
Get
toss it
with the
to?
leg and everything away from us.
Okay.
Like just
Give me a flight roll, and we'll see how well you toss
okay.
the irradiated Venus flytrap mannequin leg.
Good roll. 8. It's not bad.
Cool. Yeah. So I'm gonna say with an 8, you hit it towards Victoria just by happenstance, which is
Mhm.
probably why then you hear this ear-piercing laugh of glee as Dr. Marston Vendergast appears in the doorway of the science wing, and where he was super mild-mannered.
Is this the science teacher?
Yeah, he was a science teacher. As he says, "Hello, students! You're alive! Perfect for my experiments." Mathew Craig, you will be particularly delightful to turn into a Venus flytrap. Come closer, students, come closer! And I
Yeah,
need you to all
no, thank
give
you.
me,
I don't want any free
need you to-
candy or hugs. I'm gonna go the other way.
please all give me flight rolls as 3 more irradiated Venus flytraps are lobbed in your direction.
I'd like to spend an adversity token.
I feel like that's probably a good
I got
idea.
a 7.
Right.
Great.
Can I
So,
spend another one?
do you have another one to spend?
Yes.
I'm gonna
Think
say
of
you
it.
can only do one per sheen, because
Okay.
otherwise
That's
it's.
fair.
So Wyatt, you are the
Yeah.
only one not hit by one of the irradiated Venus flytraps this time. Uh,
All
Roxie
right.
and Mathew, now both have, like Roxy, you have like one on your shoulder that's like gnawing at your shoulder a little bit, and Mathew, it was like going for your arm before, and now there's one that is like fully latching on your arm, and Victoria gives like a zombie shriek that I'm not going to do because it'll ruin my microphone, but not looking good, gang. How we doing?
Is there a fire extinguisher nearby?
Yes, I will say your treasure hunter allowed you to see
All
the
right.
fire extinguisher nearby.
I will spend a thing to get a fire extinguisher then.
You will have to break the glass in order to get the fire extinguisher. Also, it might set
All right.
sirens off. Who knows? Anything is possible.
Right. All right.
Ah!
Okay. So what do I need to do to break the glass?
You need to break the glass. Do you have anything on your person, or would you just like to like hit at it? It's going to be if you try it just with your hand, it's going to be a grip
Oh yeah,
roll in
no, that's
case.
gonna be bad. Um, I just threw my leg away.
You could go back down the hall and get your leg. It just has an irradiated Venus flytrap
right,
attached to it.
exactly, which I don't want to necessarily mess around with now. Uh,
Is my copy of Jurassic Park hardback?
It can be.
Okay. I want to like toss my backpack at Wyatt. I have a
yeah,
book.
I'm gonna try to catch the backpack then.
The book. You might be able to use the book.
Yes, I'm gonna say that throw succeeds. I'm not gonna make a roll for
All right,
that because I'm already
and then
throwing
I'm going
irradiated Venus
to
flytraps at you.
swing.
Yes. Give me a
The
fight roll. We'll see how you do.
okay, yeah. 9.
9.
So I'm just gonna grab well, does it succeed or?
You have a choice:
Oh, okay.
A or B.
Door number 1 or door number 2? Is that what this is?
Door number 1 or
It
door number
always
2.
stresses
It's
me
your
out when he
choice.
says that.
It's good. I hope. We'll see.
Um, I'll go with B, I guess.
Okay. So you swing, but you swing around too far, going the other direction. You do, however, swing and open a locker that is full of cans of hairspray. Whoever's locker this was did not stock anything but hairspray. So I don't know
Dear
if
leaders
that
and
would be of
theater
use.
kids, this is actually a great thing right now. Uh, it's one of their lockers. I can't think of who else would have this much hairspray.
It's like
What is
7
it,
bottles of
cheerleaders?
hairspray, by the way.
That's what I said.
Giant
Cheerleaders
full
or
can.
theater kids.
I
Yeah.
missed the cheerleader. I thought you just said theater kids.
Yeah, sorry.
Gymnasts might to keep their hair out of their eyes. Maybe.
Really?
No,
I don't
they
know.
just pull it up in knots.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
awesome.
like they have to like they use like gel and stuff to like shellac it.
Mhm.
Yeah, but this is hairspray.
Yeah, but you can also use hairspray instead of gel if you don't like
Right,
on like
yeah.
if you just don't have gel, you can use hairspray.
Cool, awesome. So I will, throw Roxy's backpack over my shoulder again and start grabbing hairspray things and shoving them in her backpack, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Because mine has
Great.
food in it, and I don't think I should shove cans of hairspray in the same one that has food in it. Not like it matters, because it's got other random crap mixed with it now.
That's true.
But
Yes. So great. So what do you want to do with your
well,
bag now
after
with
stocking it with what I can, I'm going to make sure I have at least 1 can of hairspray armed and ready, and then
Yes.
Let's see. Do I have anything?
By the way, even
Yeah.
though like combat is like a minute is 6 seconds in universe,
hmm
Roxie and Mathew, you both do have the teacher is kind of like gleaming at you from the doorway, so they will eventually step through. But uh, do have an irradiated Venus flytrap on your shoulder,
hmm
and Mathew, you do have an irradiated Venus flytrap on your arm. Something to think about. Also, maybe afterwards, considering how this might have happened, is maybe something to consider. But first, things are attacking.
Yeah, I'm gonna just swipe at the Venus flytrap thing on my arm.
We
Knock it
got
away.
flashlights while we were in the office, didn't we? Didn't we find a flashlight?
We found
Oh,
like
we
glow
found some sort of light
sticks,
source.
and
Was
those
it
are
just
with
glow
Gavin,
sticks?
I think.
Hmm.
So we have nothing, at least
If you
as
would,
far as I know.
yeah, if you would like to do if anyone would like to do a fight roll to deal with the irradiated Venus flytrap, that would be a good time.
I should
Yeah,
just
yeah.
be
I'm
rolling
gonna go
actual
after the
dice.
one on Roxy's shoulder.
Thank you.
Oh, that's nice.
My fight is my D4, so I don't know that I can do anything about this thing
Right.
except freak out.
Oh, and I actually get a +1 to this. I forget.
Oh yes, because you're
11.
all rebellious. 11.
Yes.
Yes. So you knock the one off of
Yeah.
Roxy's shoulder. It makes a kind of weird sound as it hits the floor. But it doesn't
Awesome.
like grow legs. So once it's not on your body, you're fine.
Awesome.
But I will say the more that you have to fight these, the more there will be for you to have to step around as you are
Yeah.
moving and or whatnot. So that's something to think about. So Mathew, this is your potential zombie slash former girlfriend slash friend who may be attempting to have you murdered via irradiated.
hmm
Yeah,
Yeah. So how you doing?
I rolled a 5.
Yeah. So you are still dealing with the yeah, it's like getting more on, like it's starting to close down, and like you're getting to the point where your brain is about to start sending you like ow messages. Like
Yeah,
it's not good. Like you can feel like the weird saliva, the acidic saliva that Venus flytraps use to eat their prey. And you just have this vision in your brain of like an actual like fly going, "Help me!" So it's not great.
no, it's kind of terrifying. I guess I'm gonna try to knock Victoria over using the Venus flytrap arm.
Okay. By the
Why
way,
not?
you can do any skill check. So if you can think of something during combat that isn't necessarily fight or flee,
hmm
we can work something else if it's in your skill set.
I
So it doesn't always have to
mean,
be.
I guess I
You
haven't.
just have to think of it.
I guess I
Also, there
haven't.
are cans of hairspray available now,
hmm
so there's
Oh,
also that.
oh! I bet I know the properties of hairspray, and I bet I know that they would. A Venus
There,
flytrap would release its prey if a mouthful of hairspray got in it.
Yeah.
that's how it works
I'll
for me and
pass
drug.
a thing of hairspray along to him.
Yeah.
All right. If you'd like to use a brains roll for that, because it's not really a fight. I don't know
Yeah.
if that's better than your brains or not, but
Oh, I
hopefully
mean,
that's
brains is a D20, so I mean, that's a 10.
that's a 10. And I got a 5. So you do spritz off.
Yay!
You have like a weird like tattoo mark on your hand now, which would be cool in other scenarios. Unfortunately, Dr. Vendergast Marsden, your kind of former mentor, did not enjoy that. So now Victoria and Dr. Vendergast are slowly moving in your direction. One of them because they're zombie, the other one because they're insane. So there's that.
Would like to push zombie Victoria into Dr. Vendigas. Please.
That would be a fight roll if you wish to do so.
Let's see. Let's. That will just.
And if you get the top of your roll, then it does explode. So that's the one thing. Oh, well, you beat me because I got a 1. So you are able to you are able to shove. There's that weird sound that a zombie makes when it like hits something. So like the idea that Victoria could be reanimated into human is starting to seem less like a reality. But it's not enough to do any damage. So they are still happening. And Dr. Vendergast goes, "You were my favorite student. Do you not want to be an experiment? You disappoint me, Mathew."
I'm done with your experiments. The only experiment worth doing is opening you up. Flail at him
Weird thing to say.
With the chair leg.
Okay,
I'm gonna
give
dome
me
him.
give me a fight roll with the chair leg to see how that goes for you.
Oh no.
Okay. Does chair leg give me a plus?
I mean, I think you all get a +1 automatically for being a teen because you get rebellion.
Okay.
But I think that's
I didn't know.
that's added into your
Yeah.
ability.
Okay.
Yeah, so
To brawn and fight, I believe, is the rebellion.
That's a 4. Oh, sweet baby
so
Jesus.
I got an 11. So you get close enough, but now like Dr. Vendergast has like grappled you and is very close to brain height. So
Hey, Roxy, do you have
and
a
or
battery?
Wyatt may want to step in.
A battery?
Yeah, anything with a battery.
I mean, I have my cell phone that has a. Although I guess nowadays cell phones you don't take the. I'm old. Okay, I'm old. I still remember cell phones when you like removed the battery.
You could still potentially do that, I think, but it would take a lot
I
more.
will say you have a cell phone that has one of the removable batteries in it for whatever reason,
Okay.
like as an emergency phone or
All right.
something. So I'll allow that.
I'm gonna need to take that battery out.
Oh. And she's like holding it tightly and like.
If Roxy will let me, I will use
trouble.
that and try to do a brains roll to see if I can help our friend out here.
I love a brains roll.
Mathew.
So much trouble.
Roxy, one of the irradiated Venus flytraps looks up at you, and you almost swear you hear it say, "Feed me," but you're not sure you actually heard that.
So what I'm doing is I'm taking the battery and holding a piece of one of the gum wrappers from the gum that we got earlier, one of the paper gum wrappers, and from positive to the negative end so that it can ignite it. And I'm using that as a flame with the hairspray towards this guy's face, the bad guy's face, the teacher, or whatever.
Cool. And if this works, you will get a creativity token, or when a weapon that you've created actually works. So if it works, but brains is your highest one, so
17.
17. It works.
Yes.
Please describe what you were hoping to have happened, because this will be what happened.
I run up, I connect the wrapper to the positive and negative end of the battery, get a little bit of a flame kind of ignited onto the wrapper, spray the hairspray right into the face of this science teacher to save Mathew.
Fabulous. Mathew, I'm not going to make you do a flight roll unless you really want to.
Be like, run!
Yes.
I forgot that I have a can of hairspray still in hand, and I would like to ignite it.
Right.
Yes.
And turn it towards Victoria.
Yes. So I will say there is a flame of light. So here's the thing to consider as your former mentor and potential former girlfriend. Now their heads are on fire, kind of. You could potentially still get into the science room for one. For two, the fire sprinkler system does not go off
Oh.
when the fire is created.
Okay.
So that's the things that you expect fire will equal fire fire sprinkler system at some point, or at least fire alarms. That does not go off as the fire erupts from Dr. Pendergast Marsden. I just like saying his full name. Dr.
Pendergast
Marsden's head.
Yeah.
Okay.
His parents were
So
like, what is the
everybody
most
into the
sciencey name we can name our child? Pendergast.
thunder. Were you going to try to get into the science room now after
Yeah.
torching their
I mean-
heads a little bit?
Torching their heads and maybe trying to push them out of the way so that they're not in the doorway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if we can try to get into the room and close the door, seal them outside with the three of us inside.
Well, let's
That'd
not
be great.
get that far. Let's try to get into the door and see what's inside, because there might be more
it'll be
irradiated
fine.
Venus flytrap things.
Everywhere,
I don't.
yeah.
Yeah, what? Don't you trust me? Have
Never.
I ever
No.
led you astray?
Never.
Constantly.
I've never led you to. I've never led you to a military
Possibly death?
installation
You
like
know that
3
I
or 4
love you.
times.
You know that I love you, but I think I am the wrong person to ask that question.
Twisted by my own petard. But no, if you would like to go into the science classroom,
Mhm.
Yeah.
there will be more radiated Venus flytraps, but they're like potted. It
Okay.
looks
Mhm.
like they were trying to dig up a few more to throw when you came in, but you can go in and shut the door, and
Okay.
you will be
Get us
safe
all in there.
Okay.
for now.
Safe.
Safe.
Oh.
Yes.
Fantastic.
This is a
All right, I'm
classic
going to
science
hand the
classroom
cell
with
phone
a
battery back to Roxie. It should still be good. It might have some black marks
There's a
on
little
it, but it'll be fine.
there's a little corner of it that's like singed, just a little bit, just a tiny. If you could, Roxy, you just notice the tiniest bit of
I'm gonna
singe on
be-
one corner.
I'm going to be grounded for the rest of my life because of this.
Well, you'll be alive if we can get out of here, though. So you'll actually have a rest of your life to live.
Yeah, you'll actually get grounded. And I think that sounds absolutely wonderful right now.
Wow.
Grounded's way better than dealing with zombies.
Well,
And,
obviously, you are not trying to get into the summer program, and you don't have shows to get into, and I'm not going to be allowed to audition, and that means my future is going to be just
Oh, I don't
not
have
the
to
way
worry
I
about
wanted
the
it.
summer program.
So, I know.
If we don't
I
get
know.
out of here, no one here is going to have a future.
Yeah, no.
I know.
So let's get out and
but-
then figure that out.
Still, though.
And besides, if anything, just blame it all on me.
Oh, I will.
I'm pretty sure my reputation will precede me, and your parents will, I'm sure, side with you over it.
Don't have to worry about that. No, absolutely, you will be blamed for all of this.
I am
No,
fine
this is
with that.
definitely the principal's fault, not yours.
Well, yeah, all this
Yeah.
crazy zombie stuff, but I mean, like, singed battery, her... I don't know what else you're really worried about, but
I think they'll be happy that you're alive
Yeah.
if we can get out of here.
um,
Let's take a look
while
around the
we're
classroom.
talking, I'm going to try to, take a look around the class and try to find useful things.
Yes.
Uh,
So it is a classic American. I don't know other classrooms, so I'm
Mhm.
going with the American version of high school. So you've got those really tall tables that are the blacktop. This classroom does a whole bunch of different science, pretty much everything
Mhm.
but physics. That happens on the 3rd floor, because that's where all the like TV equipment and stuff is. So all the metal stuff is up there. But on this floor, it's chemistry, botany, anatomy. So it's got like one of those plastic fake skeletons that might have been a real person at one point. Wyatt, for your informational pleasure, you do know that Dr. Marsden, as an eccentric, didn't really trust his grade book as much as he let on. So there might be cool stuff inside of the teacher's desk if you wish to rummage about.
Yeah, I
Um,
definitely will rummage about that desk.
You find an answer. You find like an answer key.
Mhm.
For like for some chemistry tests that would be very advantageous if you decide to go to college. Um,
Hmm. Anyone else
because
care
I
about
think
college?
All right,
No.
I already got in. I'm not worried.
Chemistry answers.
I can't take those.
Do you understand
Alright.
enough chemistry to be able to explain how you got to that answer? Because if you
I mean,
don't,
I
it'll be
could, but
pointless.
I don't feel like I really need this answer code. So most of the time I
I
skipped his classes anyways. Uh,
yeah, it's,
and he's just looking through the
it's
rest of the
long-winded. And
there
I'm
is. Oh, no, go ahead.
Mathew's
So,
rifling through chemicals, trying to make essentially a giant glow stick or glow sticks.
neat. Uh, Roxy, you notice this because you are not, unless you are working on something particular at the moment or
not being a
enjoying
vandal.
the array of yes. Uh, this room, close to the end, close to where Wyatt is rummaging through the desk, there is a keypad.
Interesting.
What's interesting?
There's,
The answers on the chemistry thing?
of course not. I would never cheat, ever. Of course not. I
Hmm.
don't want that. No, there's a keypad over here.
Oh,
Um,
there. Yeah. Okay. Is it like the one we saw in the admin office?
It is, oddly enough.
Hmm. Okay.
I shouldn't smile like that creepily because then you won't want to do the cool thing. So I have to hold down. I will say if anybody actually I'm gonna have you do this for me. I want you, Wyatt, to give
Are
me a
there any
brains roll.
brains roll? Is there any pencils around? Graphite pencils?
There are pencils, yes. There are a
Okay.
variety of pencils. There is also Wyatt for your personal
Hmm.
enjoyment, if you so wish. Um,
Is there a pencil
there
sharpener? Like
is
one of those wall ones?
yeah.
Okay.
There is a pencil sharpener and pencils, but more importantly, there is
Hmm.
a prankster jokester drawer that also happens to have a box of Twinkies in it. By the way, if anybody is hungry.
I'll probably
But
find
there's
some of my
also like
confiscated
some
items in there.
yeah, you've got like there's like a confiscated. There's like a whoopee cushion from your whoopee cushion phase. A couple of like
Yeah.
jacks that you were trying to do something with maybe. So there's like a low level prankster drawer, but it has like the weird limited edition 7-Eleven cherry Slurpee Twinkies, which I just had, were pretty good. So they're not regular Twinkies, but they're like cherry Slurpee Twinkies.
Huh.
That's neat.
Anyone hungry?
I could use something more than a protein bar and donuts.
Twinkies are basically donuts, though. I mean, if you really want to get
Oh,
down to it,
more
but
donuts.
8.
that crash is going to be amazing. So at
Um.
8,
So
so
my plan with
yeah,
the brains thing was I was
yeah.
going to try to get some graphite powder either from the pencils or the pencil sharpener thing or whatever, and try to essentially use that to dust the keypad
Okay,
to
that's
see
fine.
which ones have
Uh,
fingerprints.
I was having you do a different reason for brains roll,
Oh,
but please give
oh,
me
oh,
a
oh yeah.
different. Give
What
no,
was that
no,
reason?
no, no, no. You have to give me a different brains roll now because you told me what you
Okay.
wanted to do.
Ah,
If
all right,
anyone else
fine.
would like to make a brains roll, everyone is free
Yeah.
to make a brains roll if they so wish for anything they wish to do.
I'm currently MacGyvering away to tell what buttons are pushed.
No, that
Oh wow. Look
Yeah,
at you, Matthew.
yeah.
yeah.
It's not
Your
max,
brains
but
is a 20, so you're pretty much like
Yeah,
you could break the system if you explode, but
I got a
yeah.
uh
16 on brains.
Nice.
okay.
if you can
Uh
explode,
I
it's
will
roll 20.
have yeah, I mean you can't like it will factor in the explosion if it happens, like in the
Oh
system.
yeah.
So it's really cool actually. So I'm gonna give this brains one to Roxy as a match. You can figure it out at the same
Yeah.
time at you as
Mhm.
Roxy, but because Roxy, you are a choir kid that knows musical theater. May not consider yourself a scientist, but you know a pattern when you see one. So on the back of one of the answer sheets that White is showing you, there's a grid of 6 numbers, and there's like 4 or 5 different grids that look like they could be test answers. But you start to see numbers that are crossed out, which means Dr. Marsden had been potentially attempting to reverse engineer whatever this stupid thing is for.
I'll point that out.
So you are looking at the answer sheet.
Not to steal answers, though.
I know. I'm joking, okay? What is it? What is this pattern you're seeing?
She's just gonna roll her
Trying
eyes
to
and then point
stick
out.
over here. God damn. Don't care about the chemistry answers. I got all A's.
Yeah. I've never worried about it.
You are able to make. You find like a couple of jocks left behind those old school water jugs. So you're actually able to make big honk and glow sticks with the thing where you break the thing and then you shake it up. So you actually make like 3 big honk and glow sticks.
Couple sweet.
Which is what your brains roll succeeded in. But you do have a blank keypad in this room.
Oh.
You do kind of hear like soft wax at the door, but the science door is a lot thicker than the choir room door, so there's very little chance of Dr. Marsden and Victoria getting through.
Stop it, Victoria. We were supposed to dance.
Do you say that aloud?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no,
the
he's totally says that in line.
The graphite project has semi-conclusive results. You can tell the 2 and the 5 have been pressed, but based upon new information, you don't know if that means that it's useful, or like you don't have enough information to know exactly what it means to have. But there's apparently Dr. Marsden, before they were changed, was as concerned about this keypad as you. And in going through the desk drawer, you don't find a manual, which you'd think a new system, they'd want to give a manual to the teachers.
Right. What's this pattern? Because it's a pattern of numbers on the chemistry answers, right? Does that be potentially a keypad code?
Could be something that he was working on before he went completely mad and decided to make irradiated Venus flytraps.
You have to go mad with power, because if you go mad without power, no one pays any attention to you.
This is true.
That's fair. Yeah.
By the way, all the irradiated Venus flytraps still in pots are all like, feed me! Feed me! So that's
they've
happening.
become semi-sentient.
They sound like they could form a doo-wop group. So, if it was...
anyone want to ask them if they know the code to this thing?
I mean, if we would like to go talk to them, go right
ahead. I don't feel like taking that kind of a drug trip right now.
Yeah.
If I look at this Scantron, can I extrapolate possibly what sequence of numbers would be left to finish?
This would be a brains roll to see what you can extrapolate, because you were making you bring over your giant jugs of glow light, because even though it's a low level experiment, it's quite useful and something to be very proud of.
Can I try a brains roll on trying to figure this out?
Yeah.
Too?
Yeah.
Always. Everyone can always do a brains roll.
I got a 13.
Ooh. I am being way too distracted by these singing plants.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fair.
They're definitely not trying to lure you over to your own demise by singing at you. That's definitely not what's happening. So with that 13, even though you don't know the code, Matchy, you played enough even games like Myst or Risk or things where Dr. Marsden pared it down to like a numerical system. He was trying to reverse engineer whatever these keypads are for. So this is like a list of trying this particular code, and it has sort of that Enigma cracking thing to it where
Okay.
he's trying different
How many
combinations
numbers
of the
does he
same
have
numbers.
left?
He's done it 4 times, and he's been using the numbers 2, 3, and 9 a lot. But for some reason, with Wyatt's graphite, 5 comes up, but 5 isn't on his list.
Oh, okay. Well then I'm gonna 2395. That's
2,
a
3,
Hey, do we
9,
know if it's
5.
supposed
You
to
have
be
to
a
put in
3-digit
2
code or
more.
a 4-digit?
It's
Oh,
it's a
it's supposed to be a
6-digit code.
6-digit?
So
6-digit code. 5, and then what's left here on the paper that he hasn't crossed off? It's just 239.
yeah, so 2, 3, 9 are being done in sequence. 5 is on the graphite pad. You could potentially try that same number again until you get 6. You could add new numbers if you want to. You just have to have, like, it's beeping at you, like it's expecting you to continue to feed in numbers and press enter. No lights are coming up on the pad, but it's yeah.
3, 5,
I'm gonna
9.
give like a 6-1.
Well, some of the numbers we might need to hit more than once too.
Yeah, there's also that.
It's a lot of combinations. 3, 3, 5, and 9. It's supposed to be 6 digits.
2, 3. That's 2395. 6-1. No, that's not it. 2-5. That's it. And so he's
What
just
numbers
gonna
are
kinda-
of some sort of meaning to the school or whatnot? Is there like a date or anything that's somehow important, or
Would
this
I
could
by
also be-
chance know the principal's birthday?
Give me a grit roll. Anybody wants to see if they can give me that grit roll.
Nope, I don't remember his
I'm
name.
gonna try it out.
I got. Hold on.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's my D20, and I rolled
Ooh.
I rolled a 20, and then I rolled a 13, so it exploded, and I.
33 is what that
So
is.
exciting.
Points. Oh my god.
So wait,
So,
of course you know the principal's birthday.
Yeah, of course.
I bring him
so the
cupcakes.
reason, it's more than that. The second year he was principal, he had the show choir do a performance of a happy birthday medley in the cafeteria when everyone was there to him during lunch. So you remember that day very clearly.
I remember. Now.
Yeah, it was super cringe. It was
Yeah,
it
it
was
was not.
super cringe.
So I
Like
had
it
to
was
roll
not.
grit.
It was not okay.
Like if they were trying to make show choir cool, that was the opposite direction in
I'm
which to
so
go.
glad I wasn't in the cafeteria that day.
It was not our finest moment, but in our defense, we did not have a choice.
Also, the
I
principal's
know. I got
favorite
an
ice
earful
cream
from Tam.
is mint chocolate chip, but it's like drugstore mint chocolate chip, so it's synthetic mint, so it doesn't even taste good, and it has that weird green color. And like he tried to get everyone to eat the synthetic mint chocolate chip ice cream, and people were very polite, but it was like,
Yeah, I took a bite, and then the rest of it went into the trash can secretively.
yes.
So I blocked this from my memory.
Right.
So you put in this code. There is a little beep from the system, and the beep is followed by that sound again. This time it's not quite so bad. Um, Maybe it's acoustics in this room. Who knows? You hear that like pulsing buzz that you heard in the choir room. It sounds different because you're not in the choir room, but you hear it again.
Oh.
And like from like outside in the hallway somewhere, you hear, "Ow! What the hell?" And that's just, you hear Gavin. And then you hear Gavin go, "Holy shit!" And then you just hear like Gavin running off somewhere, but you don't see Gavin. He doesn't come your direction, but you apparently that code set off the pulse alarm and is the principal's birthday.
Okay, let's write down that number.
taking that down.
See if that. I don't know why that'd be used. Why are there keypads in the different rooms specifically to set off that pulse? Also, why would a metal tentacle want to have the nurse's key? What did that key go to?
It went to what was like, so it wasn't to the room. The nurse's key went into like the first aid cabinet.
Yeah. The
It went into like, because Tylenol was about the most. It went like when you have a kid that needs insulin. It was also the key for like getting insulin, anything that would require needles. Even like the bowl of safe sex education condoms that they had the big protest about, that the nurse was like very adamant on keeping on campus. And like, Wyatt, you specifically remember that town hall meeting because like that was a hardcore like nurse moment where she like shouted down a whole room full of parents that were up in arms about their kids potentially having sex. It was actually a very cool moment for an adult in the establishment.
I probably did
There
like a
was some,
little
like,
golf clap in my head.
even
Or
that
going on there.
has to be kept in that cabinet, but
Right. Oh,
that
that's right, I went
cabinet
to the
was gone
cabinet.
when you got there.
Yeah.
Yeah, like all of the medicine stuff was gone. And
Almost
apparently
like
the
they want us
tentacle
to
wanted the key.
reproduce.
That's an odd conclusion for you to draw. Right.
Sorry, I'm
Uh,
really stressed out, and my best friend and my girlfriend are zombies.
with,
Yeah, you've had to
I mean,
like
fiery
you had to,
headed
like,
I
zombies.
just really horny and tired. And stressed. Stress does crazy things to you. Don't make me explain further.
You don't have to.
I won't.
Let's move
So
on
would
to
you
another
like to
conversation.
try any room combinations? By the way, this is attached to a door. Has anyone tried the door that this keypad is attached to?
No, but
Yeah, is
now
that
that
door
you
locked?
say that,
Did you just assume the door was locked, or
I
you
did.
Just, you can continue
I thought it
trying
was
the
just
keypad.
on the wall. I didn't even know it was on a door. I was like, oh, I thought this was like a weird.
It's like on the wall with the door, so it's like right next to it. So
Uh-huh.
if
Okay.
you
If
thought it was
anything, we know
locked,
this
you're not
keypad works.
excused.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, it works. It makes awful noises when you put in the principal's birthday. Let's
And it's hooked up to this door or whatnot.
it might be, yeah. Here, let's try to open this door. Grabs handle and
What's the
pulls?
science teacher's birthday? I guess I don't know.
Why would it be his? Wouldn't that be
I don't
something he would have already tried?
What was he trying to get into the door, or was he trying to do the signal?
No, he was trying to do the keypad. He was trying to
Oh, he was
figure
trying to
that
do the-
out.
Oh, okay.
And
I gotcha.
and she
That's
suggested
the highlighted numbers. Okay.
his birthday. I suggested the birthday. She remembered the birthday. We put the birthday and it made the screech noise that was not pleasant to any of us. Yeah.
Can you think of any numbers that were important to that teacher? Or wait, no, the teacher isn't the one that programmed
No.
it. This is
The
another thing
principal's the one that
did?
set this up. What else would be an important day to the principal?
Is it
Maybe when he
weird?
became the principal?
Is it weird to you that the principal did not include apparently at least one member of faculty input this that you can tell?
That is
This whole thing is
odd.
weird. Yeah.
I mean, but he's doing weird things. He went up the elevator shaft without anyone else. He made sure to stay out of sight. So
2, 3, 5,
it
9.
just so yeah, let's just try the handle and see if it opens. I mean, sometimes the easiest answer is just to try. Grab the door knob handle thing and twist and or pull.
It's one of those silver things where it's the handle where you do so you open it.
Yep.
It is a very dark room, which is kind of a cloak closet for lab coats and things. When you Indiana Jones style your glow thing, at first it seems fine, but there is one wall that looks like someone was trying to break through.
Like from the inside
Like
breakthrough?
from like the outside trying to break in.
Oh.
Oh. Okay. Can I investigate that a little bit more?
You can move the lab coats from where that was.
Yeah.
There are cracks in the wall, and it doesn't seem like there's anyone behind those cracks right now. It seems like someone was trying to break in, and from what you know of the high school, this is going to come out um, above the girls' locker room. Like, so the girls' locker is on the first floor, so this is like a weird annex hallway that doesn't like go anywhere to get to the weightlifting area.
Oh. Right. Okay.
So this thing's already been trying to be broken inward from the weightlifting area?
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's a hallway, but the other end of the
Right.
hallway is going to be the second floor weightlifting stuff.
Okay.
Like a little weird
Yeah.
hallway that's
And
not
then
big
there's
enough
the
to
weird
get
stairs that
anything
go
on.
into the girls' bathroom or the locker room.
Well, no, there are no stairs
Oh, it's
from here that would go down. It's just how the building was designed. The hallway is above it, and I'm just trying to orient you
Oh,
to the
right,
girls'
right,
locker
right.
room as well as there's no way in.
Right.
As you are considering this, Roxie, how are you doing in this room full of irradiated Venus flytraps and apparently a key box that can be made to make shrill noises, at least with the principal's birthday?
I mean, honestly, it's just more of the same. This day just kind of sucks, and it's just full of weird. Um, I
Oh.
Hmm.
No, go ahead, finish. Yeah.
While they're trying to like figure all of that out, she's probably just kind of keeping an eye out to make sure that while they're like trying to figure out all of these different things, she wants to make sure that nobody is gonna come into the room and surprise them. So if she sees somebody start to like shamble in or hears somebody, she's gonna call out to them to make sure that they know that we are not alone anymore.
You do hear shambling, but it's basically just Victoria, Dr. Marsden. I will say you get close to one side of the wall, trying to kind of avoid the irradiated, because you don't know what that radiation is going to do to you. When I say irradiated, like they are glowing green. Like originally you thought it was the green LEDs that Dr. Marsden keeps. It's from the
Well,
plants.
they're a light source then, I guess. But yeah, no,
Yes.
this is bad.
Bioluminescence is actually, it was his thing in college that he studied. Like he's an expert in bioluminescence in fish normally. So this is apparently the project he was working on. But more importantly, Roxy, have you attempted to put your battery back in your phone?
I will now, yeah.
Okay. As you get to a spot, kind of, it's like that weird thing when you're in a room where you don't have any cell service, but there's like one spot where you get a bar like you're the old Verizon guy before you got fired. And you get to a spot and your phone whines, but then it turns on. But then the second turns on, there's an emergency alert sound that comes through your phone.
Oh, what's that?
I put the battery back in my phone, and I have a bar, and it's an emergency alert.
Emergency alert! Emergency alert! Lockdown! Lockdown! Citywide lockdown! Do not leave your homes! Emergency alert! Emergency alert!
Well, there
That's
you go.
not good.
So your parents are going to be locked down too. So
Yeah, they can't go anywhere.
I was just hoping it was going to be more informative than that, but I guess not. Do I still have a bar on my phone?
Unfortunately,
Check the news.
you can't make a call out.
Okay.
Because the emergency alert overrides that. There was a big to-do about that at the city council meeting before the sex ed meeting. And now the system having broken down, seems to be an issue. But there are apparently certain spots in the school that get through whatever is happening. I will say, no, not quite yet. So, how are things going in the closet?
Well, it's a
Should we
closet.
try continue breaking through to get to the weight room? No.
I don't see
Sure.
why.
Get
Like-
to the hallway.
It just gets us to the hallway, which would get us around the professor and Victoria.
Right.
Otherwise, we could continue trying to figure out the keypad, but I feel like this might be the way forward and out of this room safely.
Yeah.
Um,
and I don't know what else that keypad is hooked up to. Is it?
It's
they
hooked
keep-
up to the security system that the
Right.
principal installed, so we might be able to unlock us down. But if everything outside is also like it is inside,
Mhm.
I don't know. We want to leave.
Also,
Hold on, I got an
know
idea.
You know that Gavin wanted to go to the boys' locker room because they wanted to get equipment anyways. So that's
Mhm.
also an option.
So that's
that
probably
he's-
where we headed off to, which we can get to from this hallway to the weight room, right?
Yeah, you'll just basically go around
Yeah.
the square
Okay.
this side of the school.
I have one last idea with that keypad. I'm gonna try it out.
I was going to say maybe a combination with the principal's birthday and is there any correlation between the numbers that
Well,
the professor was
I'm gonna
working on and the
put in
principal's
the birthday backwards
Oh, okay, yeah.
on
That always-
backwards order. if anything
So
happens.
you do that. So Roxie, you were standing across the room, correct?
Yeah.
Yes, with your bar. So you're not really going to get a chance to react, but would you like to give me a flight roll
Sure.
just for funsies?
Sure.
Oh, jeez.
Just for fun.
Just
A
For good
five.
times.
A five.
The 5. Cool. So when the tentacle comes crashing through the ceiling, coming down towards you,
Metal
you
tentacle
don't
again.
really get away from it. So now here's either the same tentacle or a second tentacle. I don't know which
All
is
you
more
hear
disturbing.
is this is bullshit.
yes.
It doesn't drag you away though. As it kind of slithers around you, it's going after the noise of your cell phone.
It's your cell phone. Get rid of it.
You don't have to though. Your parents are already going to be so mad at you.
They're gonna be so mad at me if I lose my cell phone on
mad.
top of everything. They're gonna kill me. I might as well just die here.
Such a teenage thing to say.
And this happens before
At
I get
this
a
rate,
chance to bring-
at this rate, your parents are never going to take you into the city to see a parade, black or
yeah,
otherwise.
I know. Damn it.
But I wanted to be let in by a phantom.
Oh.
Um,
You never tell you about closing that goddamn door. No,
um,
90s only 90s kids remember. Actually, it'd be
Yeah.
OO's kids would remember. I guess it would be
Um,
90s kids would.
she's holding on to the phone like she realizes that that's probably what is going
Oh.
on, but she's like debating like if I throw this away, I'm gonna like my parents are going to kill me, but if I
They
don't
could be
throw this
zombies.
away, like
6
what am I gonna
inches
do?
off the floor. You're starting to levitate off the floor as it's starting to like pick you up because it is a metal
Is it
tentacle.
grabbing her?
It's
Oh.
around her, but it's trying to grab for the phone. So the harder you hold onto your
She's
phone,
like moving it around.
more-
No, you can't. I'm gonna get into trouble. You can't have it.
And I could try to grab something that's about the same size of the phone.
sure. We'll say you find like an eraser that is equivalent size.
All right,
It's
I'm
not a
gonna
good weight.
try to like have it take that. See if I can
Okay.
fool it.
That is going to be, let's say that's a grit roll because
Okay.
now you have to face your fear of. Apparently, there's a silver tentacle monster in the school, along with
5?
zombies. A 5.
I I feel like I'm going to spend an adversity to reroll that.
Also, I was just letting you do that. Like that was like a special one-time
Right.
adversity
Okay.
reroll.
Oh, I gotcha.
Because normally
Dang.
you just use those to add to your total to make something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but
How much do you add?
you wouldn't
Just
have
one?
you can add as many as you want. Just
Oh,
is
on a
how
one-for-one
many you
basis.
have.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I relate the kids on bike system for that for a lot of reasons. So it's not tricked by this approximate size item. And Roxie, you are slowly being lifted into the air by this strong metal arm. I will say, Wyatt, it does have like instead of like fingers, like you can see ends of other cords inside of it. So it's not like a hollow. Like you could tell that there was something in it, but just
Uh-huh.
from this vantage point, you can tell that it has like other smaller like copper wires and things in it, things that imply that it does many
Right.
electrical things.
Um,
I don't know science, y'all. Brain,
no, that's fine.
science brain isn't my
Do I
house.
have
try to
anything
short
I
it.
can try to direct it to essentially short out the tentacle, or I don't want to necessarily have a big bolt of electricity going through this while we're also touching it, but
Wait, we could have Roxy throw us the phone and get it lined up with the keypad, because there has
Yeah.
to be electricity going through it,
Yeah.
and get it to run into the keypad instead of the phone, or pierce both. I mean,
hot potato.
hot potato. Hot potato.
Come on, hot potato.
You want me to?
Give me the phone.
Give us the phone.
just give it.
Toss it.
She's gonna toss it to Wyatt, or at least attempt to
All
toss
right.
it to Wyatt. I don't know if that's
Right.
actually who's gonna get it, but
Yeah.
Please give me that flight roll to see how well that goes.
And
Flight
I
with an
do
L.
flight to catch.
I got a 5.
Well, first we're going to see. You got a
Okay.
5. So you throw it. It
In my
actually
defense, it
ends
is stressful
up.
right now.
No, so the 5 wasn't the worst thing because you don't get it all the way to Wyatt, but you throw it, it tosses, and your parents are going to be real mad at you because it got tossed into a mouth of one of the irradiated Venus flytraps on the side. And
Okay.
so now it's like a tentacle versus irradiated flytrap war, essentially. So it's kind of cool.
And it's in a
But it
little
also
pot,
means,
right?
yeah, it's in like one of those weird like window pots. There's like
Okay.
5 or 6 of them together. They had them like
Oh,
lined up
gotcha.
a little bit. So they interpret this as arm, and they can't tell that it's metal because they are Venus flytraps. So Roxy, it does drop you again. It doesn't seem to care about you. It seemed to care about something you were carrying. And obviously, in the very tiny drop to the floor, you're not going to get hurt. But now it's like a war between the tentacle that came down from the ceiling, because now you can see that it came down from one of the ceiling tiles. Yeah.
All right. Can I try to take some wires from other things and try to electrocute this tentacle?
There is nothing else electric in the room that's on. Really.
Okay.
The cords from the computer.
Yeah, I can take the cords from the computer from an outlet. Like put one end in the outlet and the other exposed wire against the tentacle. Hopefully,
Yeah.
create
You can
a
please
circuit
give
that
me
way.
that brain throw. Maybe it'll
Alright.
work. Who knows?
Can I help him?
Wow.
There's not really a lend
15.
assistance
Oh.
because you don't have time to do this as a planned action. It's a snap. So
Yeah.
That's fair.
15.
Yeah.
You do it.
Take this, Dr. Rock.
Unfortunate. So here's the unfortunate thing about the thing that you have done.
Every.
The irradiated Venus flytraps are now on fire.
Okay.
And Roxy, your cell phone was in one of their mouths. As the tentacle slithers away, your cell phone is now inside the mouth of an irradiated, now on fire, small Audrey 2 style Venus flytrap. So there's that.
Is it opening? Like, is it mouth opening while it's on fire or something?
Yeah,
Well,
can I
yes,
try to
but
like
it's
snap?
on fire.
Oh,
Uh,
that's probably not the best of ideas.
Do you want to? I will let you do the flight roll, but I'm going to let you know that it will at least one explosion if that's not your D20.
It's
I remember what
not.
your
It's my D6. It's not good at
D20. You
all.
can still try it. I'm not going to stop you.
I mean, I do have a chair leg that I could pierce it with to keep it in place.
There's got to be a pair of tongs in the science room.
Did we ever
Oh,
get the fire
yeah.
extinguisher?
I never was able to get the fire extinguisher out there.
No.
No.
No, that's where the hairspray came in because he
Yeah.
chose B, so he swung back and he hit the he hit the hairspray can locker instead of the fire extinguisher. So there's no.
Can
There's
I?
still, you could go outside and get it.
Oh,
but
right.
there
It's
are
To the
outside.
fire-
zombies.
Well, there should be another
I
fire
I was gonna say there's
extinguisher
not
in
one
the
in the
science room.
Yeah, there's not one in the science room. That seems weird.
No, there was an incident where someone replaced it with the joke fire extinguisher, so there's like a whole where the fire extinguisher should be. But someone saw a Family Guy episode and decided that would be funny, and they'd never replaced the fire extinguisher.
I'm gonna say that wasn't me.
Are you sure it wasn't you?
You chuckled when someone did it, but now you're realizing maybe it wasn't worth the joke at the time.
Yeah, probably. Well, they should have replaced it.
I-
Anyway. All
I
right.
would like to take a chair and break open that hole a little bit further.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if there's a pair of tongs for like grabbing a beaker
Yeah.
or a test tube or something and try to.
So
Get in there with
let's have Mathew give me a fight roll, or a brawn roll if that's higher, I guess.
Brawn's
If you want
way
to do
better.
a brains roll for me,
All right.
Wyatt. Would you like to give me a grit roll, Roxie, to see if you're holding together?
12
Sure.
on my brains roll to try to
12.
fish this thing out.
No, wait, no. Fight's way better. Never mind.
So,
Ooh, wow.
That's
nice.
a D6, by the way.
great, so it exploded. That's great.
Wow.
36. Can I just roll grit for the rest of the night? I got another another 20 on my D20 and then rolled a 16. Can I just roll
Nice.
grit for the rest of the night?
So here are the things that happen at the same moment. You
dear.
Cena the wall open. You John Cena the wall open in a fantastic WWE maneuver, opening up that hallway, which is super cool. You don't find tongs per se, but you find an experiment that looks like someone was trying to recreate tongs. So
Mhm.
it looks like tongs, but it's made out of things that are not tongs. So it might work.
Weirdest science experiments ever in the school.
Roxie.
Yeah.
Good news, Roxie. With your grit, nothing matters anymore. You're never going to. It's like Butters, and just permanently being like grounded in South Park. Like it's just like the serenity of God's spirit, except things you cannot change. Like you're never gonna get to do A Christmas Story now.
That
No,
summer
you're never
theater
going to get
program is just
Juilliard.
the summer program
Summer
is
theater
gone.
program. You were
It
doing
was probably a
Godspell
lie
this
to
year.
me.
You were going to get to be in Godspell. You know, you were going to
was.
get to have a starring role. It's all over. As your
That
cell
Christmas,
phone begins
yeah,
to melt.
that Christmas
Christmas
trip.
Story.
No, we were gonna do a Christmas trip after the Christmas Story show. My parents were taking me to New York for Christmas, or for like a Christmas New Year's thing. Yeah, that's not happening anymore. It's fine. It's fine. Who needs theater?
It's
who needs? Yeah, no. Who needs it? It's fine.
Who needs to see the Rockettes from the first round?
Yeah,
You know, it's fine.
It's totally
Yeah.
fine.
That's a good attitude to
fine.
have. See?
I knew
you would come around.
It's
I hate
fine.
you both.
We also have a hole in the wall we can escape from.
I mean,
I
still do
will
the
say-
stuff that you like, but just
Yeah.
the mindset that everything's probably going to suck anyways is probably going to be a healthy one for you.
I will say the tongs do work, so
right.
you can theoretically get the phone out. But
Awesome.
the longer you wait to get the phone out, the more like it becomes.
Oh yeah,
So,
I'm going to
Roxy,
try to get
you
it out as
still
quickly
like
as I
your
can.
phone? Okay.
Yeah.
You do. So, Roxy, it's not that it's on fire. It's that now the top of the phone is kind of melted a little bit from the mix of fire and the acid from the irradiated Venus flytrap. So, but in theory, as long as you don't need a screen, it's probably fine. It will still make phone calls.
My parents won't see it that way. My parents won't see it
It's
that way.
fine.
So
It's fine.
You safely escaped a fire. Just tell them that.
as I'm like watching all of my dreams, melt in this fire with my cell phone, she's saying, "Hey Wyatt, I might actually need you to teach me how to make false keys from
Mm-hmm.
gum or whatever it was. I feel like I might need that in my future now."
All right. Pretty easy.
So, you and Wyatt going to the city hawking stance now?
Wait, what?
Oh wait, that's not happening anyways, so it
That
doesn't
seems like a
matter.
leap. It could still happen. They would
Okay,
just be all zombies. So
here's your-
Roxie.
Yeah.
No. So you yes.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
hand her phone back and everything. Be like, all right, well, Mathew, I think just Kool-Aid manned his way through a wall. We should
Oh,
probably try to get
yeah.
out of here that way.
I surprisingly Kool-Aid.
And, I mean, unless
Like
you have
these
another
weak
idea for this
noodle
keypad,
arms?
but
I would like everyone to give me a grit roll if you
a grit roll.
Yes.
A grit roll. Yes.
Yes! Holy shit! Sorry, I got another fucking 20.
We got
you go.
5s, by the way.
Yeah, we got
Oh,
fives.
okay.
33.
I love this journey.
Nice.
Cool.
I'm just
So
whatever I need to do from here on out,
Yeah.
I just want to grit it out.
grit.
Yep.
Great.
Just got
Keep that attitude. Because so here's a fun thing about this
Oh,
hallway. It was constructed at a different time as the rest of school was done afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a part of it that has metal shutters. There's a part of it that doesn't. So there is one very small window that doesn't have a shutter where you can see into the outside world. Roxie,
Yes.
it's not going to be a problem with your parents because as you all kind of take turns looking out of this small window for about 2 miles around the school, it looks like someone set something off. Like all of the grass is dark and like someone set it on fire. Trees are bent over. There's like an overturned car in the parking lot. It looks like as you get further off to the rise line, it's not quite so bad. But bonus, maybe a melted cell phone doesn't matter. Also, the lack of people anywhere could be a little frightening.
I always knew society was just gonna fall apart. Even I hoped it wouldn't happen this quick.
I mean, I don't think. Would the science teacher have a Geiger counter? Are we dealing with Fallout?
Probably.
I mean,
We
already have irradiated plants.
So here's the thing. You can go back in classroom if you wanted. Without a working sprinkler system and with biological material now being on fire, you can kind of start to see smoke coming from that particular room. So you can go back in to look for a Geiger counter. I can't promise that that there won't be penalties for going back into the smoke-filled room, but you could do whatever you want.
Is it worth getting the possible Geiger counter? No. Let's
Yeah,
get
we'll
out of
just
there.
assume we all have enough radiation that we'll probably die of sickness later on anyways.
Oh, how sad.
Yeah.
It's like
Hey,
the wind
I got
blows, I'll take
cookies.
the
Do you
water.
want one of the cookies? I got them from the cafeteria a couple weeks ago, so they're a little old, but
All right, I got some kind of smashed up donuts, some cherry Twinkies, and
cherry Slurpee Twinkies. So it's a golden Twinkie with cherry Slurpee filling.
oh, that
regular
sounds way
Twinkie
better than I was
with
picturing
with
in my
cherry
head.
filling. No,
Okay.
it is. They actually taste.
Okay.
They taste really good,
Yeah.
which is weird to say.
Yeah, well, let's try to get to a non-smoke filled area and try to have a snack break. Then
yeah.
we'll just
Yeah,
eat
let's-
our emotions away.
Might as
Yes.
well. I don't have to watch my figure for being on stage anymore.
I don't think you had to watch your figure to begin with.
Yeah, you
Well,
seemed completely fine.
tell that to my parents.
Well, you can't because
mean-
they probably don't exist now.
In all honesty, that's a very dark thing to say. But I mean,
Looking
your
outside,
parents, based on that, do kind of sound like they're kind of awesome, but then not sometimes. Like they were going to take you to New York, but then they talk to you about your figure. That's not cool.
No, I mean it doesn't matter now. Let's just go.
because
where
nothing
we
really
go.
matters. Nothing.
I kind of gave up trying to impress my
matters
parents or get their
anymore.
approval a while ago. Clearly.
Well,
Yeah.
So if I
that
look
was so
at this-
obvious.
blasted out area around the school, does it trigger any sort of like brain thing that might tell me what happened outside of the school?
Like
If you would like to roll brains and
Yes.
or you potentially any skill that you might have, I will not
Hmm.
stop you. I'm a big fan of always doing skill checks.
Oh, I intuitive, right? I'm intuitive.
ooh, that's
I
nice.
know.
And
I
I got a
understand.
13 on brains, but that's just straight Reagan's.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
intuitive, and then brains. Oh,
Oh, nice.
oh yes. Oh yes. That's
So-
23.
it's weird because there are several things it cannot be. You're as you're looking kind of out this window. If it were irradiated, it would look completely different. There would be a lot
Yeah.
more of like a charcoal effect. Like you would feel the heat from it. With the windows and the metal shutters would have been melted.
Yeah.
It looks more like a tornado than anything. Like it looks like kind
Okay.
of the damage after tornado more than it looks like anything. And that doesn't really make sense. There's no wind. The only thing you can really think
Is it from
is
like a
that,
shockwave?
noise did it? Yeah, like a noise shockwave. But that is
Okay. Is
even-
it all like
even
all the
hearing
trees
you
are
still
pointed
say that
away
it's-
from the school down, so like
Yeah,
shockwave came from the
but-
school? Okay.
but it does like stop at a certain point. Like you get the farther you get out the horizon line, the more it stops. But
Mm-hmm.
the other half of the equation is that there are no people that are even like around the edges. Like
Mm-hmm.
there are no cars moving at this
Well, they
point.
probably evacuated.
Yeah,
Or they're dead like these students down in the choir room. And
Yeah,
technically they're not dead; they're undead.
or
You're
they
being-
could be undead as well. Which
they could
then
be dead.
you'd think you'd be seeing them shuffle?
Yeah,
Wouldn't they be
it's a
shuffling?
weird thing. Isn't that a weird thing? You
So
think you'd be seeing
weird.
zombies if there were zombies? So strange and bizarre.
Maybe we should just break this window open. I still have the chair.
You want to see the window?
Do I want to? Do we want to leave? This might be our way out. How far
It's
down
not big
are we?
enough. It's not big enough for you to get out. You'd be up a story anyways. You'd be up at the equivalent to a story.
That's fair.
So it's also not big enough for you. It was big enough to see out of. It's not. It's porthole
Yeah.
sized.
Okay,
it's not
well,
It's like a
You're
rectangular
not going to Shelley
size.
Winters your way out of the
Yeah.
window.
it's like that little
Yeah.
thin, narrow window that's near
Yeah.
the door, but not actually.
I will say for
it's an
you
archer
science
slit.
inclined folks, also no birds,
Oh,
no birds, no bugs.
I guess
Nothing
a
is
sound
flying
pulse
around either.
big enough to create a bomb-like effect could, in theory, cause what we're seeing outside, and would definitely account for the dead, but not the undead. That might be the tone that we got heard of. That doesn't explain why we're alive. And if they're outside of that blast radius, and he'll point at like the edges, if your parents were outside of the blast radius out here, they should be fine. Maybe? Should.
Let's just try to focus on one thing at a time. And right now, we got to get out of the school.
Yep.
So this leads
Or
to the
just
lockers.
pick a hallway and live in the high school forever. This is your new life. Truly, it is hell.
Let's-
I will join
Impersonal
plants in the smoke-filled room
inferno.
before I decide to live here.
Let's still go
Impersonal
towards
inferno.
the boys' locker room, I guess.
Yeah, because I think that's where this
I heard
leads
Gavin-
right now, right?
It leads
Yeah.
here and then to the
Yeah.
weightlifting room.
Yeah.
Go there and pick up some weights, get some gains.
Some games. So I would like to describe to you what the weight room looks like. Because you're going to go down the hallway.
Mhm.
You pass by like a bulletin board.
The room that
full
I
of
never
things.
used. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, me
But
either.
I would like
Nice.
to. So this is how the weight room at my high school looks. So I'm just explaining to you what this looked like. Imagine a red floor with like very thin gym mats as the floor, and you've got like your pull-up bar, and you've got your like
Mhm.
your workout stuff and your free weights. But imagine that overlooks a whole gym area via a chain link fence that keeps you like that's what keeps you penned into the weightlifting room. So there's this very much like chain link fence prison Oz vibe from the weight room, and it's like a very long room. And that was my high school experience in real life. So it was very disconcerting. I put yours I put yours over the cafeteria. Like it's a little offset so people can't like
Right.
watch people working out during lunch. But
Mhm.
you can all look down into the cafeteria.
Oh,
Uh
this would be kind of beneficial to. Maybe we should
Yeah.
pop our heads in and at least look down into the cafeteria.
Yeah, we can at least get a
There's zombies
visual
down
of
there,
what's
then
going in there.
you know. Yeah.
It's not so much that there are zombies down there, it's that it's a group of zombies screaming at each other. And as you look down at them, they're wearing the debate team jackets. So even in
Ah,
death, the
jeez.
debate team is a
Even when they're
never-ending
zombies.
cacophony of noise as they are screaming at each other in an endless undead debate. But they're only in the middle of the room, so you can get down there and it could be totally fine. Who knows?
Don't know if they'd pay attention to us. They're still squabbling after all this time.
Yeah, because it's been, you don't know how long it took to transform, but it again has been at least 8 hours. So they still
Let's-
sound very perky. They have
I
very
can't
advanced
tell who's
overboards for
winning the
zombies.
argument either.
I think I'd like to pick up at least a dumbbell, or maybe, actually, better yet, I would like to get the bar, the press bar, with no weights on it, and I'd like to take that with me. It is now my walking stick.
It is a very tall walking stick, but please make sure to add it to your inventory because otherwise I will forget. Roxie, at least one of the people on the bait team was also in show choir. So yet again, another one of your friends has been lost to whatever is going on.
Oh, that one? No, that just means that's one less person to try to get my spot. One less person to get my solo, so I'm fine with that person being down there. We weren't really all that close.
He did have really cute earrings, though.
Yeah, that
say.
is true. That is true.
You know, this seems like a perfect time to have a snack.
Yeah.
Also, there's a couple more of these bars in here. I suggest
don't know
we
how
grab
much I
one.
could move one of those.
It only weighs 5 pounds. It's less than your backpack. Unless you never carry anything in your backpack.
Stone library books.
Well, they're not there anymore, but yeah. I barely carry anything. I am a small kid.
And I guess, Roxie, do you want one? This is at least keep them at a distance.
Yeah,
right? No?
I guess I'll take one too. This thing's like twice my height, but okay.
It does. You look like a Who from like a production of The Grinch Who Stole Christmas, holding one of these things.
So
We
is
look like
there a smaller
hobbits with
one?
Gandalf's staff.
Is there a smaller one?
No.
Because Roxy's like 5'2", so like her trying to carry around one of these like long, like it's
Well,
just
that's
gonna
that's
topple
kind of what I
over.
pictured.
Yeah.
Wyatt
So
height was too.
so
Like he's not that
Roxy,
tall.
this is where misogyny is also screwing you over because you don't really have a lot of like weights for people that are shorter or female identified, female presenting people. It's like a dude weight room because they didn't consider that. And when someone brought it up to the principal, he was kind of a douche about it. And yet again, you're paying for the mistakes of another man
Hmm.
because it just has these big poles that look silly with you holding them, and they're also very heavy. But you could take one of the plates. You just have to decide, but wait, you could take a plate as like a shield thing that would potentially work. But the pole does the pole looks silly on any of you, but it's
Hmm.
just
I mean, I'm using it like a pike at this point. It's strictly to keep things at a distance.
Yeah, but she's like short and she's not very strong, so I don't know that that's gonna be the best way for her to defend herself.
Yeah.
Wait, this has workout benches and everything in it, right?
Yeah. Padding.
Yeah. Can I take one of the pads off and like undo the bolts or whatever?
it's not really bolted down so much as just like a strong adhesive. So if you can find scissors or just rip it up and don't care aesthetically, you could do it. They didn't pay a lot of money for these.
Yeah.
These were like third
Yeah.
hand when they had them.
Yeah, this thing's probably already worn.
Yeah, this looks like they went to like maybe
I mean, that wouldn't be a weapon. That'd just be another way to get armor or
The
some sort of
Goodwill.
protection.
Yeah, I will say, as you are doing this, Wyatt, because you are on the side of the room closest to the locker room doors, you hear a thump, thump, thump
No.
from the vicinity of the locker room. Now, here's the issue with this weight room: is except for this hallway, there's really no other way out of the weight room
Oh.
other than down or through the locker room, now back through the
Smoke-filled
It's
science
not
room.
the
smoldering.
smoke filled, yeah, the now definitely probably getting very close to being on fire, if not on fire, science room. Um,
Oh,
Man,
it
Isabeth, I
has all
gotta
those.
tell you, your characters just do like so much damage. First, you're like making a factory explode in Power Rangers Centurion. You're stealing stuff from the Historical Society. You're going to military installations and breaking in like 4 times. Like, man,
Want to move because
I
the
ripped the
science.
door off basically off the hinges at the military facility.
yes.
You know, it occurs to me that a science chemistry room is not complete without gas burners
Mm-hmm.
affixed to the tables,
Mm-hmm.
hooked to a gas line,
Mm-hmm.
and it's currently irradiated and on fire. So
Oh,
we
locker room?
might want to know the science.
Finish the Twinkies and everything. I'm like, let's
The
get out of
science
here.
room. The science room.
Yeah.
We gotta get.
By
we
the
gotta
way,
go.
you're all
Well, yeah, we got to get
feeling
away
the-
from that science room.
By the way, even though you are teens, you are all starting to feel the effects of some protein, but
Radiations.
mostly like sugar.
Oh, yeah.
So like you're all starting to feel like the effects of the food that you've been able to ingest. Because like not
I am
even an
gonna-
apple,
I am
I
going
know.
to eat a protein bar, which will be better than eating the cookies.
barely. Have you read most ingredient list on protein
Oh, yeah.
bars? Like,
No, they're like
It's just
90%
barely.
sugar.
now it's like all sugar and salt. So like now like you can feel it in your mouth, like the salt of it
delicious.
all. Yeah.
All right.
Fantastic.
There's no penalty for it, but like you can like feel it. You feel like a SpongeBob meme. But yeah, so either you can go down and deal with the debate club, or that thump coming from the boys' locker room is a real problem. Also, the
Where's
on
Gavin?
fire science wing is not.
I don't know where Gavin went. I did hear him in the hallway briefly.
Well, I think
And
the
it
locker
could
room is
be-
what he wanted to go towards.
So that could be him in the locker room
It might
fighting
be.
zombies. and it might be prudent to help him.
All
I
right.
feel like it would be prudent to help him. And I got a big, chubby, heavy, like 10-pound walking stick.
Or we save ourselves and hope that he can make it out on his own.
I mean, where else would we go? You want to jump down into the cafeteria then?
I don't
In
know.
the middle of the debate team.
I'm just
Zombies?
saying, it may not be him in the locker room, so we may go there and
Oh.
find more trouble. When maybe we could like find a way out instead.
Let's find. I'm gonna choose trouble. If you'd like to, I gotta help Gavin. He's been super helpful, and you guys got a bum rap. You didn't deserve to be in the choir room. Clearly, the principal has it out for you, just like the
Honestly,
science teacher has it out.
The
for
locker
all
room
of
might
us.
be our best way out too, because it's
Yeah.
either potentially about to explode science room or a room full of zombies.
Also, the metal in the room might help us a little bit. From the lockers, shield us from the blast.
Fine. She like grabs one of the Twinkies and like rips it open and shoves it in her. Fine, let's go. Like with it stuffed in her mouth.
Just like red cherry frosting,
Yeah.
slippery frosting coming out of like one side.
Yeah. She gives no fucks right now.
Just
Yeah, there
for
might be,
no
like-
reason. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, go ahead. Yes, please finish.
Yeah,
it.
there might be like a thing of Gatorade or something in the locker room too. That would
Oh
probably be
yeah.
good for us.
The jocks probably got Gatorade and protein powder. God, if we can get some protein powder and some Gatorade mixed, protein Gade,
God, this is sounding horrible.
chocolate
Let's-
protein
let's-
Gade.
Let's just get into this.
So
I think you've lost
Horrible,
your speaking
horrible.
privileges for like the next hour, Matthew. That is gross.
Look, it's hydrating and filling.
That is gross.
So for no reason whatsoever, don't wonder about why I'm asking. What order are you in as you head toward the door to the boys' locker room? No reason. Just asking for
Go
for myself to
first.
help visualize.
Yeah,
I'll go first
I'll go
All
second.
right. Cool.
because I got the big. In case something comes out, I can
Mhm.
hold it at a distance.
Great.
Bare minimums.
The chocolate blue raspberry.
That's what I'm picturing in my head. It's like we find like blue raspberry Gatorade and then some chocolate protein powder and like chocolate
Right.
blue raspberry. Oh,
Gatorade.
so gross.
I'd rather be a zombie. So
Right.
so hey,
We just make a
Matthew,
slurry by mixing it in a bowl and be like, this
Just
is our food
shake
for
it.
life now.
No. Sorry guys, I'm
Matthew, if
joining
you
the other
could give
side.
me-
Right.
if you could give me a brawn roll for no reason at all.
No reason at all.
Just
No
me?
reason at all. Yeah, you.
Brawn?
Just you. Just for fun. Just
Okay.
for fun. For another reason than
I
for the
mean-
laugh.
Yeah. By the way, guys, that is a D4 that I'm rolling for Braun, and I got a 5, which means it exploded.
Which means
Yeah.
you exploded and
Yeah.
then got a 1.
Yep.
Yeah. So your brawn is the
Unfortunately
same
for
as
you-
mine.
We
So-
are not strong.
So Wyatt, you'll vaguely recall this because on day 1, which was actually just about 10 hours ago, really at this point, in the scheme of the universe, you entered school and you kind of approached at the same time as Gavin,
Mhm,
because you were both looking for where detention was, and Gavin had a couple of friends
mhm,
that he knew from the hockey team.
mhm.
That is like a social thing, and they were just nodding at each other. So, Wyatt, you recognize what was this person that is now a zombie? That their face is covered in chocolate blue raspberry Gatorade protein powder, and like the smell of this unmixed, unwatered, saturated in just zombified sweat, chocolate blue raspberry Gatorade protein powder is
Hockey.
now like it's like right there. It's so visceral and just right there. I need everyone to give me a grit roll.
Yes. Just keep the grit rolls coming, please.
Aw,
This one was only a 14.
Oh, it's
Oh,
only a
come
14. Oh,
on.
heaven.
Oh my god.
Roll 20 hates us tonight,
All right,
folks.
all right. Loves your grit.
Oh,
We're
my-
rolling 2 for grit rolls.
I
So,
We are
roll
losing it.
on
Only
a
thing I'm
D10.
good at.
So,
I
Roxie,
should've
you were
rolled
the
my
only
die.
person that does not throw up at the smell of this kind of turned Gatorade
Oh.
protein powder chocolate thing.
It's all chalky.
It's real, yeah, it's real stomach churning. Like, you remember the Calvin and Hobbes thing where he like made a "Be careful to be roadkill" thing with like chunky spaghettios or whatever. It's like that, but with protein powder and Gatorade. Um, and it's like they're wearing it as war paint, and it's not great
There's
for
more than one of
Mathew.
them?
You can't see another one. The boys' locker room has a sort of like labyrinthine quality, so there's a good chance.
God, I hate
But there's
this
only
locker room
one.
so much.
There's only one that you can tell, but as I'm a kind of benevolent GM, you also
Figure
know
you-
you also know that this particular locker room safety features includes an indoor fire escape safety ladder that will get you to the 3rd floor. You just have to get past the zombie jock to get there. Because you can even like see the ladder in the privy. You don't know if there's another thing in there, and you hear a noise that sounds like it could be Gavin, potentially quoting
Mhm.
Casey Jones from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Hard to say, but this Choco Raspberry Tastic zombie jock is currently between you and getting to a safer, higher ground position. So, other than throwing up on yourself from the smell, except for Roxie, who's too cool and
Mhm.
who is going through the Serenity Prayer in your head, just like you just can't change.
She's
You have to
probably
accept the
going
things
like
you
I knew we
cannot
shouldn't have gone in
change.
here. I knew it.
While you guys
You're
are
not
like
even in
throwing
there.
up,
Ahead of
You're
us.
like
she's
you're
like,
like inside the. You're like right next to the doorways. You're not even in the locker room yet. This is like the
Oh.
jock is in the doorway, so you have to do like a Scooby Doo thing or something like that. But like Roxy, you're just like full on Serenity Prayer. Just you have to accept the things you cannot change and just
yeah.
change the things you cannot accept.
And like in
And it's, like,
between all of
full
that, she's
on.
like, we need to go check on Gavin. We need to go to the locker room, they said. Like she's just like very snarkily under her breath, like "Nah, nah, nah," as they're like throwing up, and she's trying not to laugh at them.
Roxy,
Yeah.
also
Oh no.
give me
A grit?
give me a brains roll.
Oh, okay. Hold on. What is that? Let me see. Okay.
I don't know. I feel like
Everyone only gets 1d20 in this game for one of their skills, so
yeah.
Okay. So, what skill for being a teenager? What do I add a +1 to? It's
it's like
Fight or brawn.
Fight and
Okay.
brawn.
Fight
Yeah.
and brawn,
So-
rather.
Fight
so-
on brain, but you
so
can't do
not
the same.
brains?
Yeah, at the same time. Yeah.
So
No,
not
not
brains.
brains.
Okay. Then I
Not
got
brain.
a 10.
You got a 10.
I got a 10.
Great.
Oh, not
So
bad.
because you're not throwing up, you actually see that there are tentacles on like the ceiling of the 2nd floor, and they seem to be searching for something. And they're just kind of doing like wide sweeps of like the 2nd floor from like the top of the 2nd floor.
Hey, you stop. Wait, you guys, there's more tentacles. They're looking for something. We need to be careful. There's more tentacles. I don't know what they're looking for, but they're looking for something.
I would like to position myself in front of this blue raspberry zombie far enough away
Yep.
that I can use my new staff to kind of like keep him at a distance as he comes towards me, but also move him away from the doorway.
So here's gonna be the obstacles to do that. Because you can do a flight roll, but Wyatt, are you right behind Mathew? So if Mathew moves, are you
I'm going to be
going
moving away from
to-
this horror
Okay.
show.
So are you going to be moving
So I
in
guess he
concert with
backs up. I'm
Mathew,
going to back
or
up.
you?
What's up?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, so then I need flight rules from both of you then.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Me too, or just the two of them?
Are you moving? Because that's really what a flight roll is dodge or trying to maneuver.
I would like to use my D12 instead of the.
I mean, that's not how. I mean, you got a 7, so you did use your D12.
Yeah.
You just got a 7 on it. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's a fun story. So Roxy, unless you're moving, then you don't have to do a flight roll.
Not yet. I'm gonna stay put for just
okay.
now.
So here's a fun story. Mathew, it was a good idea in theory, but in practice, you don't actually know what to do with this pole. So it sort of lifts you a little bit off the ground as you go to move with it. And you actually kind of smack Wyatt on the shoulder as they're trying to move. And Wyatt, you're kind of small. So
Yeah.
you actually kind of go skidding a little bit and you end up face planting a little bit, like not enough where you're like prone, but if the jock was human, they'd be laughing. As it stands,
Sorry.
yeah, as it stands, it's not great. However, the jock has moved a step forward, so there's that.
Hooray. I guess I'm gonna try to use the principle of leverage
Ooh.
and put the pole against the wall and let him come to me. And as he comes to me, I'll level the pole into him.
Sure,
And
that
then,
would be a brains roll.
Yeah.
That's
brains. I'm good at that, right? 10.
The 10.
So the debate team's still doing their thing, right? So
They are still yelling at each other. Yes,
it
pretty
seems
sure
as
they're
though
debating whether deviled eggs are good or not. Because you're pretty sure you heard one of them yell "deviled eggs," but they're zombies, so they could have really been saying anything.
right, but they're doing something
Obviously,
similar that
deviled
they
eggs
would have done in life.
yelling at each other.
So there's a
In an
possibility that these
public
zombies might
place.
be drawn to things they did in life, right?
Sure. Yeah. Well reasoned.
Can I try to convince this jock zombie that there's a cheerleader in the science room that needs help, that needs saving?
Yeah. Yes, I'm gonna have you give me a charm roll to try to talk to the zombie. Yeah, it
All
could
right,
happen.
let's see what's
I don't know
going
what your
on.
charm is, but it could happen.
All right. All right. And adversity is a 1-for-1 ad.
It's a 1-for-1 ad, yes.
Okay. Oh, that's with adding 2 adversity too. Why?
So, the zombie mistakes you for like one of those like male cheerleaders, and the zombie goes to hug you, and it's in one of those ways where it looks like it's going to toss you into the ceiling before it attempts to catch you and eats your brain. So Mathew, how did your science roll do? Did you do the brains roll? You got 10. That for that brains roll? Yes.
10.
That's a 10. Great. So here's the issue with the principle of leverage that you are trying to do. In theory, it will work.
In practice, I am small.
In practice, you were small, but also these bars aren't bendy. They are made out of metal. And so there's the leverage thing kind of works. Wyatt, your descent from the ceiling is only really stopped by this metal bar, so it's not great.
Mm-hmm.
You're not taking like a point of damage, but
Mm-hmm.
like ow. Not the best plan that they've ever pulled together. But You've learned something about the zombies. You've also learned that you can attempt to talk to them, Dr. Doolittle style.
Mm-hmm.
It may work.
Roxie, are you better at talking?
Um,
Can you convince this guy to go to the science room?
what do you have? What is your charm skill? Or what is your charm? At?
Mine's a D6.
I mean, I can try. I don't know
I'm
if
not
you've
a
met
people
me.
person.
I was gonna say I don't know if you've met me, but I'm not much of a people person. But I can try.
You're a people person, just certain types of people,
Okay, so that is my
just like me.
D10. I got 19.
Cool. So you're a pretty girl, and so the zombie jock will listen to you. Unfortunately, this kind of negates your earlier charm roll because the zombie's gonna get like real up close to you to hear you. And so like you can smell chocolate blue raspberry protein powder mix on their face as they get up real close to you. You will eventually get it to go away, but that smell will linger in your nose for the rest of your life, no matter how long it is. And it will just be there permanently and forever.
Remind me to never talk to someone for you ever again. Oh, that's awful.
Yeah, I hate people too.
I will say, you do hear the zombie jock. I'm pretty sure you hear it growl, "Go fight, win," as it heads towards the science room.
Go fight, win. Yes.
I hate
Go
jocks.
fight.
I really hope that room explodes with him in it now.
You would. We finally see eye to eye. So-
Yeah. Oh my god. All right, all right.
Amazing.
Well, we got into the locker room now. Let's see what the next horror show is.
Well, the next horror show will be available on the next episode, as you do indeed. You will, in fact, find Gavin. And Gavin is half covered in. Well, half of him is chocolate protein powder, and the other half has the blue raspberry Gatorade. It's like one shoulder piece. It's very like Braveheart design.
I have so many questions and no desire to ask any of them.
And they'll be answered as you head up the ladder. By the way, just so you know, I have designed the third floor. I've designed all floors of the school, actually. Third floor is going to be the media wing. So the things that surprise you will all be on the third floor. And we're going to have, one might say, a thriller of a time. But that'll be next Friday when we come back for more of our pre-Halloween zombie summer school escapade adventure. Thank you, everyone. And remember, your brains are tasty as long as you feed them with knowledge. So please continue to feed your brain with knowledge so that when the zombie apocalypse comes, I may feast like a king. Thank you, and good night.